Hello and welcome to Tabletalkers, Prophecy Session 2. Last time, this group of intrepid rat catchers regrouped from their conquest of the Necromancer. They had some information gathering and some various pseudo-downtime activities back in Kingelgrad capital, and now they are setting off to the northwest, where they believe that Jackson's mother may be presiding. Bequeath the camera unto you.
First, I would like to object, rat catchers. We have not caught a single rat.
Yeah, but it's more of a catch-all term for...
I would like to refer to ourselves as the Chucklefucks that are running around.
Yeah, but like, that's not as... If you put it in writing, you have to censor it for some reason, and people get angry, so like, oh.
Touche!
So please be careful with joke naming conventions. I may slap it on you forever.
Well, I mean, at least it took her name for us. Anyways.
We're not worried about that.
You act like
it's okay. If we don't name ourselves, the enemies won't know what to call us, aside from those assholes.
I'm game for this. But... Sunni.
Let's say right now you guys are just on the outskirts of Kingelgrad, so if anybody thought of anything in between all the time we had between sessions, and you want to run back into town and grab it, here's your chance. Otherwise,
wait for the door to shut.
Do whatever it is you want to do.
Immediately knock back on the door. No. I think I'm good.
Potion check, everyone.
Oh shit, potion check! Potion check!
Okay, I still have 12.
You have potion still? No, I don't want to read about that. What the Monster Slayer right now. Guys, stop it. Why did my sheet flip to the Monster Slayer?
I have no idea.
Matt, do you have the Ring of Spells? Do you have the Ring of Spells storing on?
Yes, I do.
Do you want any spells specifically in it?
We refilled it after last time.
Okay. I just didn't know if you wanted anything different.
I like what we have in it because it's good pop. I still have a lot of healing potions. I'm good. I think we're good.
Mm-hmm.
So just need to teleport us to Rock Hollow.
Did I open a door there?
Parts included, you've been there before, you know they have a stable, so yeah.
Cool. So Sanine's gonna use her door.
You manifest the gateway in between the two locations. Traveled through to a moderate surprise of the gnomes and a even greater surprise of the dwarfs whenever you arrive in Rock Hollow. But after
we accidentally go? Oh, sorry.
But after some quick hand waving and look, I got a magic item, and they're just kind of like, arr, arr. And then you guys are in Rock Hollow.
Where does Sanina pop us off into Rock Hollow?
At the stables. It's probably around the eastern end of the city, but it's where they store a lot of the horses and stuff.
So we didn't pop into the head guy's chambers immediately. Good to know.
Not if you're going to be going there with your horse and carriage.
I mean, it's making an entrance.
We have returned to Lord Rock Hollow.
Carriage too big fit your doorway.
Anyway. Well,
you just make the refrain places randomly.
That would be a good idea.
Just pop it in the bag.
Can Yorick make his illusions permanent? I don't remember how that works.
Negative.
It's not permanent. Actually, once I hit 6 level spell slots, I can.
I mean, I can make a stone doorway probably, but anyway.
I think it's 6th level. I'd have to hit like 6th level before I can make a semi-permanent doorway.
Someone take up carpentry.
Do I have that? No. But I can learn it.
Guys are in Rock Hollow.
Yep. Was there a docks in Rock Hollow?
Yes.
Well, to the docks then. Get
To
in a
the
boat,
docks.
sail in a croc.
So, Nina, that door has really been handy.
We can thank Balin for that.
He sneezes.
You say you could adore this item?
Or
No.
was Valen holding something that would have been really bad to sneeze upon or get shaken while sneezing?
The sister's
No.
drink. Okay. Well, to the docks it seems to be.
Heading over to the docks of Rock Hollow. Since you've last been here, it looks like some shit's managed to kick off a bit. There's a lot more, like, running around and hurried movements from people. It looks like there's more of a... Okay, last time you were here, things were more in a stalemate. It looks like things might be starting to turn in their endeavors, is what you get the feel of what's going on.
Ooh. Successes then.
Looks like the warring states are progressing.
But making it over to the... Oh, sorry.
No, I was just say, well, these storms, the brain parasite thingies you were talking about will be gone. Hopefully.
It'd be good for a lot of us.
It'd be good for everybody. I think everybody has an allergy to parasites in their brain.
What if you already have one?
But now I can't sleep tonight. Thank you.
I mean, you did have that thing drilled into your brain. You could kind of count that.
Yeah, parasites in my brain as I think back to the desk and the storytelling. Hopefully it's benevolent.
Alright.
Oh, onwards.
As you make your way over to the docks, you can see that there's a fair amount of, like, transport, like, inventory ships and things like that. Some war vessels are going out and doing things. Strangely, amidst all these other vessels, there is what appears to be, like, a stereotypical pirate ship manned entirely by halflings. And they're just kind of chilling in the dock. They don't look like pirates, they look like merchants.
I know a ship we should take.
We're gonna steal it.
No, it'll be better if we go with them.
But you said take.
We're not stealing a ship. I don't think it.
I
Can any of
respect-
us even drive a ship?
I respect.
I think we could do it.
I think we could. I think we could Stonewall, but I do think we should keep them. I don't know if you guys have been to anywhere with Salico, but they're fun.
The last couple ship rides I've been on haven't been very fun. They've also
They
been
haven't been piloted by halflings, have they?
They were piloted by
He has a
gnomes, and
point.
they were through the Sea of Stars.
See, that's your mistake. You didn't go with the halflings.
Yeah, gnomes are not very reliable.
Ain't that the truth?
Says the gnome and the kobold.
Wait, why does the kobold have anything to do with it there?
We're
Short people are supposed to band together.
We're all short people here.
I'm tall for my race.
True.
We're good for you. Can you reach a top shelf?
Yes. Because they're meant for our races.
Carry on.
I can't reach my top shelves anymore.
You don't have a house.
How do you know? I could have squatted in one long enough. Squatters' rights. I claim squatters' rights.
I claim
You're
bandit.
definitely the type of person that goes from couch to couch.
What?
You're definitely the type of person that goes from couch to couch.
Absolutely. Exactly. Squatter rights in those couches.
So what would you guys like to do with the
ship.
docks? Okay.
I was gonna say, approaching the ship of halflings.
Okay. Specifically them? Understood.
I like
Yes.
the halflings.
Look, you've made it.
Can't put them in front of us.
You've given us the interesting option. We will take it.
Go make yourselves known.
Approaching the ship, just walking up, and goes, "Hey, up there, everybody, anybody?"
Halfling will kind of look over the railing at you and disappear from sight as you get closer and angles and stuff like
Oh.
that.
Well, damn, that feels rude.
You
Are
scared
you
him
guys
off.
doing? Are you guys doing transportation?
A few moments later, a halfling with a very large hat, because that's the only way to denote captainship,
Exactly.
will walk down the gangplank and
Captain. It's the captain.
I got caught in like a weird yawn thing. I couldn't fight and say words through it. It was weird.
I know what you're talking about. It sucks.
Walk down the gangplank and say, "Hello there. I heard something about transportation.
Absolutely.
We're looking to cross the river.
Looking to charter us as a ferry."
Yes.
Yes,
Alright.
potentially.
Well, we got
Oh,
here since other stuff. So, I don't see why not. There's a bunch of stuff happening, but we should be able to make it there. Just across isn't that long of a voyage. Anything
guys-
else you're bringing? I'm assuming you guys have your cart and stuff with you, too.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was it. If we didn't bring it with us, I was gonna mention it.
Horses,
Eric, I have a
carriage.
question.
Yep.
Were the brain worms, were they visible? Like, could you see them, like, outside of,
I don't think we
like, a head?
Negative.
because they were good at being stealthy.
They go inside, and then there's no seeing them from outside.
Sanine's gonna elbow Yorick. How
What?
do we know? How do we know that they don't have the worms?
I guess we don't. But then, how do we know nobody else here has the worms?
I mean, you have worms.
That feels mean. I don't have worms.
How do you know?
I feel like I would have felt that. But yeah, no, this is everything.
But if you had worms, you'd be lying.
Okay, I'm hearing a lot of conversation about worm things. Since you got here, I'm assuming you've been tested, but if not, I guess we'll just do this the barbaric way because it works. And he'll pull out a tiny dagger and, like, draw it across their hand, and then show that there's no groupification in the blood that leaps out, or drains out. That doesn't leap out, that'd be terrifying.
What is he doing?
That's
Guys,
one of the
guys,
ways
what
you
is
can
he
test
doing?
for. That's one of the ways you test for worms. They change the blood.
Okay. I was beginning to think I missed a very important part of my crash course in halfling cultures.
And then, because
was
that was
thinking-
me, he'll kind of flip the knife over and hand it out toward you guys.
D-stone for a second, cut hand, stone back.
Not infected. Next.
I ram it through my hand. No, I don't. I would like to cut my hand gently.
Not infected. Next.
Commit seppuku.
Sanine has her own knife.
Is it one of the ones that's
It's
gonna
just-
hurt worse?
Preferably not. You don't want diseases.
Also not infected. Get him back his knife. Alright, there's
Yeah.
that. Can I go get a band-aid?
Yeah, I can just hear.
That works too.
Give him a good berry.
Woohoo. And now I don't need to eat. It'll take a minute to get the carriage properly loaded in. We can... how quickly are you looking to set off? Because that's... it's a shorter voyage, but it's still a long voyage. So we need to make sure that we can overnight a couple times and things like that.
We've already saved quite a lot of travel time. We can take a couple days here.
Well, you won't need to wait a day, but just like either at nightfall or in morning is when it'd be preferable to set off.
Morning?
Morning.
Morning. Morning sounds good.
Okay, reconvene at this time. Don't write you a little note.
What are we looking at? What are we looking at cost-wise?
For the lot of ya, we are actually here on special contract from Veshner, I believe. He basically stole this pirate ship over from Salika
Ah,
and recruited us to make movements. So
We
since
just
you're
got
here,
See,
we just got back from cracking skulls with him.
ship.
but part of that
you
is
want him to outshine us?
part of
I
that is
tried
we're
to
helping
steal the
around
ship,
here.
I'm sorry.
Sanina, we're not going to be outshining Vashner and his group. Don't worry
Not
about it.
with that attitude.
I'm gonna steal a dragon.
Never
We
said-
should
They have
steal
one
a
of those.
dragon.
They had those.
No.
Whatever that.
Not a wyvern. A dragon.
I don't know
Would
what
it
that
be
thing
considered
Vashner is
stealing?
riding is.
Can you steal a dragon, or do you just adopt a dragon?
They're kind of sentient, so that sounds more like slavery.
Surprise adoption sounds great. Let's go with
Yeah.
surprise adoption. It's a great option.
It's
I
not
think
the
so.
captain's business. They are going to go get the ship ready.
Just as it goes away, do you think we could adopt a dragon?
If you
He has some
try
doubts.
really hard.
What did he say the cost would be?
Waived because A, they're halflings, and B, they're here on special contract from Vashner.
Alright.
Over in Salika, they don't use money proper either. It's in exchange for services and goods.
Barter system, got it.
That said, their bars normally have like 15 bards at any given time because they're all paying with a
Mhm.
song and it's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
They're all playing different songs and none of them sound good together.
Precisely.
But they're all playing songs I could bust in. For the revolution.
There you
I'm trying to think if we need anything while we're here. I think we would have gotten it at there if we needed to. Let's go out to eat.
Find somewhere to eat. What type of food are you looking for?
Meat.
Okay. You, like, surf or turf?
Wild boar.
Sounds like
I thought
turf.
you were a
Hardy
vegetarian.
dwarven things.
When did you think I was a vegetarian?
I just
What,
assumed.
Eric?
Hardy dwarven things. Understood. You
I
look.
just assumed you were a vegetarian because Jester's at York.
Lizards
What?
mostly eat meat.
It was more of the hippie thing.
What? Why did you get a hippie thing from me? Did I look like a hippie?
You've seen
With
him
your-
eat meat before.
I don't pay attention to him.
Except to breakfast. Sounds like hearty dwarven food is what we decided
All right.
on.
You travel around for a bit until you find a tavern that more specializes in like diner things. And you go in there, they have the stereotypical like large animal stuck in the middle of the room on a fire on a stick thing.
Alright, this is a good sign.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you can see a variety of tables just around the room, people eating. Notably, you can see a like very small, like compared to the dwarves running around here. There's just a couple orcs.
Well,
Probably some-
that tracks.
probably some of that
Especially
was-
with. Yeah, I was gonna say they just said Vashni was dropping stuff off. That tracks. Just curious, do they look like they're getting along with people? Like, does it seem to have any issues popping up with them?
The general thing is they're getting along, but it's like at that at arm's length kind of deal. They're sticking to
Just
their
starting to get
groups
along.
and not really going too far into socializing. But there is no open hostilities, and nobody's doing anything stupid.
But guys, I feel like we need to interfere a little bit. I don't like this grouping off. What do you think we could do?
Buy him a
Because
beer and
one
go
thing
at.
they're always in.
Buy him a beer and ask to talk about fighting.
But will they get them all mixed up together?
They probably won't care.
That's the point we kind of want them to. Could just you have a point. They're like jump up, demand the Tories, toss them out there. See if it gets other people talking about theirs. Maybe they'll start talking. Open the door for it. Hey,
Do you need help being propped up on the bar?
I could climb on a bar. Thank you very much.
Athletics check.
Shit. Oh wait, no, that's not as bad now.
Jumps up, grabs the stool, just falls back over.
I just wanted to see if you'd fuck it up.
I'm gonna fuck it up. You know I'm gonna fuck it up. Hold on, I gotta move my notebook out of the way.
5% chance of failure.
I fucked it up.
Right. You gotta climb on one of the chairs, not really thinking about it, because like a lot of the stools over in Kinglegrad are like built into the ground because no one's allowed to steal our stools. These ones aren't.
Because
So you put too much weight on one side of it and it just kind of
pick up York. Pick up the chair.
This feels degrading. Because I'm probably being held like palmed in one hand.
I was thinking more
This
just pick up under the
feels
armpits,
Degrading. That feels more degrading.
set them up on the counter.
Okay.
Barkeep,
The big clonk
need
has
a
kind of
moment
drawn a lot
to
of attention to you guys.
I'm gonna need a moment to recover my pride.
Everyone's staring
Well,
at you. They all
well, he
know what
recovered.
happened.
get us around going.
Run for just you a lot or the lot?
The lot.
Jeez, alright.
Also, some boar.
So just start divvying out all the stuff. Alright.
The boars first, specifically.
Okay.
Ale for the other stuff.
I'll just start a tab and come to you later. But they'll start getting
That's probably the best way.
things sent around. I don't know how long it's going to take York to compose himself. So you may or may
I'm
not have
trying to
food by
think of
that
how
time.
to do it. I had a plan in mind, and then I fell, and my mind just blanked.
Just standing on the counter. Everyone's looking at you.
Looking
Bright
around,
orange
looking at
cobalt.
them, making eye contact uncomfortably long with people with that weird smile he has going right now.
Well, your eye contact does, like, it does set some of them off to just kind of like go, no. He's got that weird partial heterochromia thing happening.
Yup. Crowd all of them. Stonewall and drawing a blank. They're staring at me. I've never had stage fright before. Is this what it feels like?
Crowd does begin to quiet as people are just actively staring at you.
Tell the story of where we just were.
Just do a bunch of fight scenes.
Hey, hold on. All right. How many of all of you have heard of what happened recently over in Raktesh? Of Lord Vashnir and his men. Anyone?
Some of them will give you a look like, I was there.
Good. Then you'll know. How many of you were inside, though? Where the other majors were happening? Any of you? No. But I was. And let me tell you, that fight, oh, it was terrifying. But for everybody there who wasn't there, we should everybody pull up your chairs, get ready, because we have a journey to go on. Matt's brain's brain broke. Why?
All right. They're listening.
I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember the whole story, and I'm not. It's been so long, Eric. I'm sorry.
Stairs at.
I'm sorry. It's been so long.
York, do you need a hand?
No, this is Matt trying to collect himself. York would know. I'm just an idiot.
Okay, well, Matt thinks that over. I gotta go a second.
Oh, okay. Why is starting a story terrible? Why does your brain always blank at the start of a story?
Around about this time, as everyone's staring at you, almost expecting something, but at the same time, very curious to watch this train wreck in action. The food that you ordered is being distributed amongst you.
Eric, you hate me. Why do you always break me down like
You
this?
have done this to yourself.
I have done part of this to myself. You're just so mean at how you describe me.
Because if I'm mean, then you don't have to be as mean to yourself.
No, I'm just meaner to myself. Anyways. Everybody there, gathered up and crested over the hills, over the tides, staring down in the valley, over the tides of the undead, swarming a keep. A keep that moved and strolled on massive, towering lakes. Wait, it did move on lakes, right? Why am I thinking about that? This is Matt asking for confirmation.
Yes, it could move,
Okay.
but did not.
I thought so! I just cannot remember.
And just make it up as you go.
I know. I should have lied. I should have went with it. Massive legs striding across the plains and open fields of Raktesh.
But then you had that one dwarf that yelled, "That's gonna happen!"
Why do you hate me now?
She has always hated you.
Now.
I know. I know. The air was raising, the tension climbing. Everybody were waiting for the signals to swarm in and deal with this undead terror. And when it finally occurred, finally arised, the signal came up and the armies marched and stormed forward, colliding down into the swarms, taking out undead, left and right, destroying all of them. But a lot of you know what happened there. A lot of you were there, you said. What you don't know is what happened inside the mansion. A small group of us, only 4 of us. Lord Vashnir, our wonderful rogue Sanine, and our glorious sorcerer Stonewall, and I smack a hand on his back, and then I look down and go, bad idea, shake it for a second. And myself stormed the keep. We were making a mad rush to see if we could find the necromancer responsible for all these undead swarming the fields. We managed to grasp a hold of a thread of magic entrailed and tailed along until finally we saw him. A very interesting, peculiar little fellow. At first he deceived us. We thought he was a halfling. Then, as we entered the room, he showed his true colors. His magic started to crawl and unfurl over himself, digging in and forming, armoring and growing with tendrils of dark necrotic injury and energy leaking off and around. The mad cackles started, and he leveled his part of his mansion. Trying to think quickly and deal with what we could, all of us dug ourselves out of the rubble. But he just stood there waiting when we expected him to attack. Probably sure in his victory. Quick as a flash, though, Sanine rushed forward and started to stab at him, thrusting with the rapier. A rapier and knife, but not long right behind him, as he was distracted, Vashnir came in. Lord Vashnir came swirling with that mighty glaive.
The orcs give like a
Two of them-
hurrah.
Huh?
The orcs give like a hurrah.
Rar. Oh, they're in for it. They want to hear shit about it.
That's their war boss.
I know. That's what I say. Yeah. The two of them dancing a mighty dance. Vashnir with strength and power, and Sinine with grace and finesse. And our sorcerer proceeded to warp magic itself and mutate and bodily grow into a massive powerhouse of bestial strength to help strike down our foes. Over the very next few minutes, they closely battled. Vashnir would swing and crash, try to distract Sinine, would slink in and stab in here, finding the weak points, destroying any tethers he had to this world as he could. All the while, our Stonewall, our mighty sorcerer, kept plowing through anything that came at him. Explosions, lances of energy, spells splashing everywhere. And it was starting to look grim. Not only did this necromancer command the forces of the undead, he started to warp the very air itself and use it to rend us piece by piece. Eventually, we started to fall and falter. I went down. Shortly after, a massive lance of air scoured through me. Sinine was knocked unconscious shortly after by a backlash of tornadic twisters.
Tornadic term. I like it.
Shh! Don't interrupt me. It was
But
great.
it's a
You
good
brought
word.
attention-
I'm
you
gonna
brought
steal
attention
it.
to It was fine. Now you interrupted me.
We should just have Matt do all of the recaps for every session as you work like this.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
God.
too much work on him. It just
Yeah,
happens.
that's too much work. Yeah, that's too much work. That's what's too much work. Where is I? Our mighty stone-walled sorcerer was ensorcelled by mental magics, scouring through him. Standing resolute through it all, though. Even though he was on death's door, being knocked and rocked and sucked and pushed down and ripped and torn, Vashnir swung his glaive through it all, giving us a small moment of time to recovery. Gave us all a bit of a moment to rally and surge back forth to help in the fight. To end this necromancer. And as we all took our moments to pull ourselves back to our feet and it happened, we all had the one final moment that we knew we had to make our strikes. Everybody rushed in, stumbling him backwards with mighty punches from the sorcerer. Sinine taking out important bits, staggering him back as armor pieces were no longer working, all just to give a brief moment where Vashnir came in with a mighty swinging, glowing arc, cleaved the sorcerer's head from his body. And with that, the first combined army of the dwarves and the orcs brought low a great and fearsome threat. But you'll have to wonder, though, wouldn't you? Would both of us have made it through if it wasn't for both of us? Both groups. Working together, the armies. Thankfully, we'll never have to know we have the happy ending. But now we have two glorious forces demonstrating what they can do. Do you have to wonder, though, as I look around, all of you acting so shy now?
We're not shy, we just hate you.
You don't want to sit next to the comrades you fought in battle with? Share your stories and see what you can do? More in the future? Eric, I'm running out of words. Help me.
I was wondering if you were going to end it on a more like uplifting note, or if you're going to end it with scolding
I'm
them.
trying to think. I could run out of words. Hold on. Words came to mind. Or Like the brothers in arms you probably should be after a war of titanic proportions like that. Are you gonna drink, merrily enjoy yourselves, laugh and trade those battle stories and scars?
Just tell
We'll
me
even
when you're
open the
done.
door for you. First round on us.
Just tell me when you're done.
I'm not good at speeches.
Okay.
I'm done. I'm not
Okay.
good at speeches.
All right.
I'm terrible at speeches. I did this for myself for some reason, but I'm terrible at it. Why am I doing this?
Okay. Would you like to make an insight check on the crowd, or just have me describe the action?
You know what? I haven't got to roll dice a bunch. Let's go ahead and roll some dice.
You rolled dice already, and then you fell off a stool.
I know, but that means the karmic wheel's swinging back around.
Or you'll fall off the counter.
It's okay. It's an insight
The
check.
karmic wheel is swung around.
Alright, I'm assuming that means very good success.
It's a 17 before bonus.
Alright.
Hold on, I'm checking bonus.
It's 19. Alright.
20 total.
Shut
20
up.
total.
Alright. So, inside of the crowd, basically at the end of that, you can see a lot of them accepting their free drinks and just kind of like having a general, like, more uplifted state of affairs. But actually, like, looking at it and examining them, you get the idea that despite the camaraderie that you're saying there, the orcs have a bit of like a misplaced feel to them. Like, the stuff that they're used to doing, the stuff that they're good at, they aren't really allowed to do under Vashnir. And for the dwarves there, you get the idea of, yeah, Vashnir's doing a lot, and these Orky allies are weird, but they're doing what they need to be doing. But he's still the third-born son, and not quite sure how to feel about that one being the one getting all the glory instead of the ones that are supposed to be. So it's no like animosity between people, it's just there's a cultural difference hitting things. And they're all a little bit anxious about it. And that is what you gather from the crowd, which is now accepting their free drinks. And you guys have your food. It's very robust, in a word. But nothing's like poorly done, and the meat texture is proper. Listen, whenever it comes to describing food, you can go one of two ways. Way too into it, or not.
You mean you ain't ready from Food Wars level of description and reaction?
But then I'd be putting a lot of my thinking power into food descriptions, and then I would walk away hungry.
That's
and
fair.
that's
Don't
rude.
do that. I just ate.
Exactly.
I don't need to eat again.
Like, I could describe the slight char and then the buttery texture of the meat along with the smoke thing, but I don't want to.
Then we have a hungry DM.
Then we have a hungry DM.
And players.
And players. But
Matthew's
overall,
always hungry.
the
Don't let
bar's
him fool you.
having a good time.
Well, at least they're having a good time with it. As I sit down and try to hope that they forget about my stool incident.
They
Oh,
will
they
not.
won't forget about that.
They won't. I know. I grew up with them. I grew up with half of these people. I know.
You are marked forever.
Did you hear the tale of the stool feller?
Fuck you.
That's just like
Smack Stonewall.
he was in a
Smack
bar
Stonewall.
over in
Fuck you.
Rock
No, you do this.
over in Rock Hollow, and like I think it was a bar or something, but he got up on the counter, gave us all a story, but the little guy he fell right off the stool, and then it gave a serious speech and expected that to go over well. I don't know what was wrong. Marked for.
Alright, I retreat back into my shell. It's fine.
Strange little creature that was.
Listen, you can give the best newscaster speech, but if you mispronounce one word, that's all they're gonna remember.
So I said it's fine. I'll just retreat back into my shell. He's pushing me, and I understand it. Reality's humbling me. It's okay.
Alright. Anything else while you guys are here, or just eat and have a good time?
That yes.
Just eat.
Alright. Spending the night either here or somewhere else. So I can add up the tab for providing
Yeah,
drinks to all the orcs and the dwarves.
we're here already.
One room, 3 rooms. 2 rooms.
Why did you say that one so much more suggestively?
Because that one's the weird option of the 3.
Is it?
Yes.
You could just literally be male and females. Female and males.
Can you get
I'm
your
not
room?
making any assumptions.
Alright, that's justified. What do you guys think? Just nope, I'm good. I have money. I'll take a room.
We've been sharing the back of a cart. I really don't care.
That's actually a fair point.
1 room.
Does Sinine want her own room?
Sydney does not care.
Alright, just sounds like we're going cheap. Like the vagrants we are.
The vagrant you are who just bought money for...
We're actually hobos.
Yeah, that's probably more accurate.
Hell yeah.
Okie doke. At the end of everything, your guys' tab is going to be... for all the drinks, 35 gold.
I was gonna say it's nice that we're in a cheaper place. We're still getting drinks for an entire bar.
Yeah.
It was Stonewall's suggestion. I'll just pay it all.
I was gonna say I'll pay 15 because part of it's the room and food.
Yes.
If you want to pay 20.
That works.
Morning has come. You have your note to be at the port.
Bright and early.
Nothing you guys are wanting to get here in Rock Hollow. Final confirmations.
I know of
There we
nothing
go.
else that would be unique that we haven't gotten from here.
We got most of the stuff. Yeah, we got most of the stuff.
Have to ask, because you never know. Someone might drop all their potions or something. Head to the docks. Refine the ship that you spoke to yesterday. They get you guys aboard. And then you set off.
Am I going on an adventure? I'd like to go to the front of it and just like throw arms out to the side, standing at the front.
Sydney's going to
Let
hold
the
his
breeze
waist.
ruffle over my scales.
Alright.
Sydney's going to hold his waist Titanic style.
Make sure he doesn't fall off. He's clumsy.
Yeah.
I am prone to falling off of things. This is confirmed.
Okay. Let me roll for you guys' voyage. Because... water. Alright. About a day and a half of travel has to happen here. And... it passes without major incident. You can see some, like, heavier war galleys heading south. But that's probably to be expected, honestly. Not a lot of traffic heading north.
Okay.
But at the end of your day and a half, you make it to another port city. Where they begin the process of getting your horses and carts off the boat. Probably
Just gonna stand there on it as they crane it down or whatever, just like da 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 da.
after some time, everything's as it should be, and you guys are free to continue traveling.
Thank them before being on our way.
They give you a nod, and then you see that they're kind of like going through town, seeing what stuff they need to grab and other various ship things.
Alright, time to start combing the countryside.
Oh god, I forgot we had a whole countryside to do. Okay.
Well, you do have sending, and you know you're dealing with some sort of a wood switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So between the
Yep.
two of those things, probably just find the biggest forest.
That's kind of what my thought was.
If you can use sending, we might be able to get a more detailed location at least.
Yeah, let's try to get to like, we'll just start with the biggest area, like biggest woodlands, and go from there.
Look at map. Identify.
This isn't a topographic map, and I don't have the whatevers for all the jungle things, but you're looking definitely somewhere in the northwest corner there. Probably... yeah, about right there. Are you using sending at all?
We're gonna be traveling for a while, aren't we?
Yeah.
Probably should. Alright, Stonewall, what do you want me to send her? What do you think we should send her? Or Sanine, you can help here too with locating ideas.
If you can ask for more detailed directions and or any kind of help trying to find the way.
So just, hey, we're in Northern Diakov. Could use some tips on how to get to you. Would be preferable.
Fuck, I
Otherwise,
forgot
we're
it's
just gonna
25
start
words.
walking. Huh?
Fuck, I forgot sending
Yeah, I
25
know.
words.
Yeah, I haven't sent it yet. I was just talking to them about it.
So I have to
We
formulate
have
a response.
Oh, yes. 25 words or less.
Whenever you actually send
Oh,
it,
let's be real.
whichever
Do
one
we
it's-
use the 25 words? If you don't use them all, what the fuck?
Look for the big trees, looks around. They're all big trees!
You forget I'm short.
Ma'am, I am 3 feet tall. No, I'm not even 3 feet tall. Ma'am, I am 2 feet tall.
You gave-
Everything's a giant tree.
Eric, you gave us Eric, you gave us a height, she's taller than all of us.
Correct.
Anyways. So, Chester, hey, this is York again, Stonewall's friend. We're kind of up in northwest Yakov, so any, like, advice you could have on trying to get to where you are would be great. Just, that's a lot of woods. Be nice to not have to troll it all. Boop.
Do you
That's
include
bad.
boop in the message?
Nope, that's Matt. That's Matt. Maybe I did.
Alright.
I did. You can talk what it does. Just you can send back. You can respond after the beep. Beep.
Formulating response. If you have anything to talk amongst yourselves while I formulate response.
But I think she might not be okay. She's taken forever to respond, Stonewall. She might be dead.
I think if you were dead, the spell would have failed.
I don't know if it would have actually said anything or if it just would have went off and then went, well, then it went off and I never got a reply.
Maybe we... Okay, so let's give it a few minutes and then see if you can sending to a dead person, because this might be good information for the future.
Do we know a dead person? Like that I can see sending to? I guess technically that halfling. Although I'm kind of scared if I send something to him and he responds.
Sending
We
goes
did
across
just kind of
planes.
kill him.
Wait,
We did just kind of kill him.
Sending can go across planes, can't it?
Maybe?
Like-
I don't know if the afterlife counts for any of that.
That's what I was just questioning. It might actually make it through to the other side, but
Oh.
Hmm.
Oh, that opens a new can of worms. We could question the dead.
I know a dead person that might have some interesting answers. Could try Sanine's dad.
I was thinking about that actually, if it worked. No offense, because, I'm not convinced. I don't know if Valen could kill anybody.
Okay, you get a message back.
Oh, okay.
You were not asked to come here, but I'll not refuse my son. Once you enter the jungle, north of, she says a town, and west of, she says a different town,
Where's my pencil?
they'll find you.
Where'd my oh, that's where I put my pencil. All right, enter jungle north of X, west of Y.
You see all those dots?
Basically.
I don't want to come up with names right now.
I'm
Whatever.
just saying that's basically what she said.
Names are hard.
They all have to be thematic, make sense.
Do they?
Enough.
I want to point out, like in real life, half the towns around things are just named River in their language.
They're
Yeah,
just
but
named after the person who found them.
also yeah, but then there's dwarven names, dwarven like whatever for it, elven, gnomish.
All right.
The list goes
Welcome
on.
to
I have a
Ingelberg and Dragonsab.
Yeah. But you kind of looking at it like on a map, that'll probably take you guys a few weeks at fast pace. Getting the general feel of the area, it seems that just from listening to things, as long as you don't go south, you should be okay.
Okay. So, just to toss it out there, we need to head here and into the jungle between these two towns. They said that they'd find us. Not
Sounds like
gonna
we
be.
don't-
Don't want to sound judgy, but your mom's kind of rude-ish sounding. Just to say.
Probably. Been in the woods all this time.
That's fair. That's a good point. So reunion might be kind of half and half. Just keep your things up. I'm gonna tell her we're a few weeks out, and I'm gonna grab sending, and I'm gonna say that's okay. We're great at inviting ourselves places, and we're a couple weeks out, and we'll be there soon.
Do not receive a response.
I kind of didn't expect to. Man, she feels kind of petty too. That's a point in her favor, though.
All right,
Okay,
so go on.
Now try Sanina's dad.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Do I? So were you there for our talk, by the way, Eric?
What?
We're talking about it, pointing out that Sydney goes across
Seeing if you can
plains in
contact dead
reality.
people. You can try. You have so many spell
Yeah,
slots.
that's why we were just like, I wonder.
If he's,
I don't
we're,
use
fi-
them
we're,
for
fine,
anything.
we're trying to figure out if this works on dead people or not. So.
Well, I suppose I should try to ask Sydney. Anything I should try to say?
Sydney's father, did Valen kill you? It's a seance.
Is it a seance? All right, hold on. No, it's a seance, guys. Get a crate. Boom. Hold hands
You
as
don't
we
have the
circle
fortune
around
teller.
it.
I'm
We
driving.
don't
I'm
have the
steering.
fortune teller. I'm faking this, and I turned myself into like, I turned myself into the disguised self into like a stereotypical fortune teller with the not
Just
that
you,
silent imagery.
but you have a hat.
It's just me with the fancy all the hat.
I'm
It's
steering the horses.
oversized. No, we're stopping. Hold on. Hit the button. Just stop. We have a seance. Increase the chances. It'll be great.
You do anything seance-y, or do you just cast a sending spell while sitting in a circle holding hands?
It's a seance.
We reach out to, just gonna cast it, we reach out to you. Sanine's father, name unknown. Did Valen actually kill you? Because I don't think he could kill you. I don't think he could kill a person.
I think he's weak.
P.S. Sanine wants to know. Things are getting kind of wonky. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I wait for my response.
So no seance-y things, just sitting in a circle with a fancy hat.
Yes.
So I can't even roll for spooky. Spell fails.
Exactly. Unless we get a reply, and then it's spooky.
You're spell slot extended, nothing. All fails, you get the idea.
Ah. Well, that doesn't work. Good to know. Does not count as a different plane. Probably counts as a different reality at that point.
Well, that's upsetting.
A little bit. I was getting really hopeful.
Good to know you were getting hopeful.
Well, I thought we'd cracked the case. We would have cracked the case. That would have been cool. Would have been good for you. But it doesn't work like that, I guess. Alright, you can keep driving now, Stonewall.
Damn, that could have made things easier in the future.
Yeah, it would have been easier. Doesn't work like that.
Alright. Are you guys mainly sticking to the roads or just beelining it as much as possible while staying in a northerly direction?
Roads are better for horses.
Correct.
And wagons.
But positive random encounters can occur if you go off the beaten path.
That's what I was actually thinking about. Just fuck it. Well, we
That
just try
said,
random
negative
stuff.
ones
It'll
can
be
happen
great.
more often too.
Yeah, but just like, why not, right, guys? We're off on an adventure. We deserve a break and a small one after all the other stuff. No?
Yeah, we've been through
I
Dinsor and worse.
suppose.
So into
Just
the
toss it out. Have
wilds.
some fun. Have some fun. Into the wildlands.
Alright.
We need something positive and fun after everything else we've had, guys. It'll be great.
We did find a robot once in these places.
We did find a robot.
We did
We
find
could
a
find
robot.
another robot. That'd be
Could
cool.
find another robot.
Just gonna roll a bunch of dice, and if anything actually happens, I'll say so. If you guys get the catastrophic, oh no, then we're gonna have some combat.
Right.
Okay? Nice. Most of it was odd. You guys are very lucky. Alright. So, probably sometime into your travels, you come across like a very like dense foliage, little jungly swamp type area. As you are going through it, you see out of like the corner of your eyes, you're going what appear to be just entirely two large frogs, giving them a wide berth though. You end up overnighting in a small like caved alcove. You can smell that deeper down in it, it definitely leads to like a pool of some kind that would be pretty gnarly. But at the same time, it seems like a lot of the other like living things in the area are giving it a wide berth.
But do we give it a wide berth?
But you've kind of determined that this is the place you want to go overnight if you don't want to get eaten by giant frogs. But if you decide to adventure more into it, there may be additional stuff.
I don't know. I kind of want to take a look into it. What about you guys?
We should probably get a fire going at least.
Yeah, but we don't want to leave a fire unattended. That's how bad things happen.
Make an insight check.
Which one of
Okay.
us?
Maybe
All
a
of us.
survival, whichever one you want. Whomever wants to.
I just rolled it at a +3 for a 22.
Okay.
It's okay.
Utilizing your kobold nose, you don't want to fire.
No fires, no fires, no fires. Matt thought about that literally after you said use the kobold nose. It won't go great. Just no fires. Unless we're in a really big emergency and then fires.
I kind of want to use fire after we walk out of here.
You know what? Let's get a safe distance away first, and Well,
Ma-
uh,
Maximum of a firebolt.
fires are a last minute, like last ditch effort at this point. I think don't use them most of the time.
Yep, Sanine,
But
you want to go
it
down there
works.
with them?
And just for the sake of it, the lightning would also be a little dangerous too.
Ah, so fair. Lightning would also be kind of wonky.
I
Sanine,
guess
you
I'll
want to
go
go down?
down.
I was gonna say, if you don't want to go down,
What's the worst that could happen?
Someone should probably stay with the horses. So
It's okay. We'll let Stonewall be Borg. We can do this.
How
What's the worst
freaking
that could
weird
happen?
is this thing? Roll dice. Understood.
I would like to put out the last time you acted like that, I became a lizard.
You're fine.
yeah,
And I'm
someone
your
take
god.
this. I just
It was a
yeah,
win-win.
someone take this. I'll give them a rock that can cast light on it.
Woohoo! Shiny.
Excellent.
That won't end terribly. Inwards we go, though.
Stonewall, you have some of the coolest stuff.
Shiny rocks. They're always a plus, aren't they? Can you make a shiny rock?
No.
I can't make a shiny rock either. Well, I can make a kind of shiny rock. And I hold it up, but I don't really make shinies. It's wave hand through it. Fake.
You can make any rock shiny if you heat it up enough.
I can't heat up rock? That seems kind of scary.
And I know it looks very inviting to touch it, but do not touch red or orange rocks that are hot.
I look over at Sanine.
But I gotta touch it.
Anyways.
Heading inside the cave. Alright, you have a light rock. It's very dark. It's very stinky.
Ew.
I cover my nose.
Going deeper in there though, let's make probably a survival check. Because it does kind of start to turn into branching paths and things like that.
Nat 1, they find a gas pool and pass out.
That might happen.
I think Sanine should roll it at advantage. She has the she has the light rock.
I got a dirty 20.
Alright. So you pull out something from your pack and you begin marking your way down the wall so you can find your way out later. Continuing
Are there
forward
any
and...
animals in here?
No, none. Zip zero zilch. Like, it's a bit
Dang.
unnerving.
That's weird.
Is not good sign.
That's not a
But I
good
love-
sign.
It's okay, I am up here reading a book.
Who's gonna hear the fucking, like, Looney Tunes down and below as we die.
Perhaps. But carrying onward. Damn it. You eventually come to what you believe to be the source of the stank. There is a pool of water, but at the bottom you can see that there's something illuminating it, and you can see a path underneath the stank water.
Ew.
How deep is the water?
You're in a cave. The only light you're getting is from there, so telling depth at this particular integer is, impossible.
It's okay. Cave water, you know, the ones that can look like they might be like ankle deep, but they're actually like 20 feet.
Or the reverse.
Or the reverse.
Can I real quick just use my Pearl of Power so I have a third level slot if I need it? Okay.
Oh yeah,
Or,
has he
well,
had
actually,
long
I don't know if it's later that day.
Yeah,
if
you
it's
guys,
later, whatever
this
way.
is days later.
Oh, this is days later. Sorry, then I don't have to. Do we swim? I think we swim. I'm gonna swim.
Let's swim.
So you probably grab as big a breath as you can.
I
And
sprinkle some food enhancer in the water.
if you want to
Yum,
taste
yum,
it,
yum.
it'll taste like strawberries.
Just throw some MSG in the water.
Basically.
Listen, if you've ever been swimming in a lake, no matter what you do, some of it gets in your mouth.
Which is why you two are going to make con saves, and Jackson, you're going to receive a terrible smell as soon as they break the surface tension of the water.
It's just a
In the
glowing
back.
light at the bottom that we can see right now.
Just in the back of the cart, raising head.
Ugh.
Smells
14.
like the cave shit itself.
I think 15.
All right. 14 to 15, you're not. No incredibly adverse effects, but you both realize that you're probably going to need to bathe everything
I would say
forever.
my eyes are watering, but it's a little wet to find out.
Following the light, though, you swim down through it, and it very quickly goes up again into another, like, drier chamber.
Break the surface.
As you breathe in, you realize immediately it was a mistake.
So our action was right. Good.
Yeah. But I'm not going to make you roll another dice yet. But looking forward, you can see that there appears to be some sort of, like, sickly greenish glow coming from, well, what appears to be a long deceased corpse.
Ew.
The corpse itself appears to be... It looks like it may have once been humanoid, but throughout the years and whatever's gone on with this thing, it's really hard to tell what it used to be. Strangely enough, though, from where the green light is emanating, you can see little chunks of it constantly trying to regenerate upon itself.
Can I poke it with my rapier?
What is the it that you are poking?
The thing that's the glowing.
The glowy thing itself. Okay.
Yeah.
You get out your rapier, and you kind of poke it a bit. You meet some resistance, probably because it's rooted in the back. Do you push it? Or do you just make contact with it?
I'd like to give it a little push.
Give it a push, you kind of feel and hear some as you move it from where it was. Are you trying to move it like off the body or just somewhere else?
Yeah, let's move it just off the body.
Okay. Keep pushing it off the body. Each time it kind of lands, you have to squelch it again.
That's gross. Oh, that's gross.
Don't smell it.
I'm trying not to, but it's in my everything.
Eventually you get it off, and the things that were regenerating on the body stop. And it seems to be dead, but it seemed to be dead before. So, I don't know.
Peculiar.
I have a terrible idea.
What's your terrible idea?
It was trying to regenerate.
Now that it is no
Yeah.
longer in contact with anything, you can see that it is well, the glowing stops. And you can
Ew.
see that it is a smaller medallion of some kind. It's emblazoned on both sides with what appears to be either like a lamprey or a leech or something. Probably some old house regalia, gauging by dwarven stuff. It is it looks to be like a tarnished brass type coloration.
Hold on. Touch it to his face.
Its face? Or your face?
This corpse's face.
The corpse's
It was
face?
regenerating.
Okay. You
Hey?
kind of flop it back where that thing's head was, and you can see it try to like remake part of like a cheek, and then it still just kind of fail because this thing's long dead.
Okay. Maybe we can ask Jackson if he knows whose this was. That looks like a crest of ownership, maybe. Don't know if any of us should put it on until we have a chance to figure out what it is, though. Or should we? But that's for later. We should probably get out of here, shouldn't we? I don't know how much longer I'll stay conscious in here.
Yeah, we should probably leave.
Very rarely is stench physically palpable.
And then we'll light a match next to you.
Looking around at the rest of the
No.
area before you guys actually take off,
Okay.
you can see a fair number of dead bodies. Some like ancient and desiccated weapons and armaments are in various locales. Looking at it, it looks like maybe this is a hideout or a final stand of something, and they lost.
Rip.
Anything else like that would stand out, like that would give a hint at it while can we look through real quick, or?
Not that isn't basically lost to time.
Okay, that's fair. I just thought I would check. I assume all the weapons are ruined.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we got a fancy new medallion.
Ooh.
So, shall we take it back?
Let's go back.
Get out of this cave. Oh my god. Nope. I breathed in too deep for a minute.
Gauging by the location you found the medallion and story creating abilities, your assumption is they found themselves cornered, went fuck it, they're not getting this, swallowed their medallion, and then that's just been sitting there recreating their digestional tract for God knows how long.
Since the producing source of methane. No?
Most likely.
Okay. Oh god, back in the water. Sprinkle a little bit more dust.
Making your way back to your campsite, you both smell awful.
Once I see them, prestidigitation. Clean. Clean.
It helps, but it's more of an area saturation.
It's okay. At least I'll get their clothes in them.
Yeah.
I praise my stone, generate a wind to save us.
Find anything?
Yeah, you know a lot of old houses and stuff, right?
Hit and miss.
Does this look familiar for anything? And I point at the medallions that he has.
Can I roll Arcana or History?
Be history.
Be History. Do I have History? I do have History. 17.
Alright. This is one of those things from, like, Age of Heroes long ago type deal. So their proper name has more or less been lost. But you get the idea that at one point in time, a younger child split off from a house proper and set themselves up as a bandit lord of type, and took the leech as their symbol. They menaced the lands around this general area for a while, but eventually they came to an end.
Aye, I recognize it. The name's lost to history as far as I know, but some noble family split off, ended up becoming a bandit, trying to rally men around them for that. People eventually got tired of their shit around the area after terrorizing it for a while. This looks like where they got driven to and died. Not exactly sure what this medallion does, but it has their symbol on it, the leech.
I can figure that out.
Give it a check.
And I'll cast Identify on it.
Okay, identifying it. Essentially, it looks like it has it's got one of those hidden effects you can unlock later through use on it. But the basic function of it is, if it's attuned, you can use it to regenerate bits of yourself over a long period of time. It's not much of a heal, per se, but like, I've taken a serious wound. I'm going to fix this. And it also has another thing on it that may do more, but you'd have to play with it and unlock that part.
Alright, so long-term regeneration, like, not like, I don't know if it'd be so useful mid-fight, but like you lose a little piece or a major piece, it like kind of slowly regrows it back. And it has a tasty little secret somewhere inside of it. But I don't know how to unlock or what it is. Something else it can do. So,
You should put it on.
You do.
why
do
don't
get
you
hurt.
try it on?
Because you
So
need
do
it
you
more than I
two.
do.
Wait, you guys get hit just as much, just to point out.
Yeah, but I can take
I
it
didn't
better.
die. Your god says to put it on.
I'm just gonna try and give it on to somebody else, but now I'm getting ganged up to put it on.
Listen here, low health person, take the health item.
I was trying to give it to our people who get punched in the face at the front.
He did
Listen
get
here, you
mutated.
squishy son
He's a
of a
little
bitch.
hardier than before.
I don't think they can tell that, though.
Listen, if it's attunement, I'm full.
I'm checking mine, too.
You're not full.
No, I'm not. Well, I am, but I can get rid of the pearl. It is attunement, you said?
It is attunement if you wanted to do it, thanks, yes.
Slow regen. Hidden.
But you should put it on and see if it's cursed.
I pause, like, neck chain overhead a little bit, like,
You already got your head drilled in. What's this gonna hurt you?
Am I just a test dummy for this group?
You also died, so you have nothing to lose.
Except his life.
She's wrong. She is wrong on all accounts, but I'm not arguing with her.
I put it on. I guess I'll attune to it.
Okay. Attuning to it mechanically at this point in time, if you take a short rest, your HP will be restored to full.
Oh, shit.
And if you take a major injury, give it time, it'll fix it.
Okay.
Remind me that you have it on after X amount of time. Probably whenever next session rolls around. And
I'll just toss it out that I have it on. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now Yorick will be the tank.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I'll be.
well, it does have a leech on it,
This,
so maybe.
maybe. Question. Does this use up my hit dice when I take a short rest then?
Negative.
Negative. Okay. I'm just going to write that next to it because that just seemed like one that might,
It was worth the permanent stank.
It's got you taken care of.
No hit die consumed.
It'll also happen, like, if you only take minor wounds over, like, an hour normally. So if you get injured for, like, 20 damage in an hour and a half, you'll probably be okay, because most damage is going to be, realistically, stamina-based, because if it's all damage-based, then you guys will be walking scar tissue.
Yeah, it's stamina and, like, superficial wounds normally, right?
Yeah. Healing potion's more of an energy drink.
Yep, that's fair. Okay. I'll keep
Stop
that in mind for how the
bleeding.
healing works. I don't feel any different. But I guess we'll see.
Punch him in the face.
I don't feel cursed yet. That's a plus, right?
Yeah.
Back in a minute.
Oh god. Oh god.
I will roll on the table to see what else happens.
Just for the funny people here, I get the feeling what this was for here. It's because of where I always end up, I feel like.
Right.
It's getting shoved at me. I said it's getting shoved at me by two people because of where I always seem to end up, even if I try not to be.
Maybe. Well, I rolled dice and you guys haven't
We
encountered.
just love you.
That's okay. That's great.
Here comes combat.
Yeah. How bad could it be? In the wise words, and quoting somebody who just said him earlier.
I don't know, Matt. You're currently in the land of frogs. How bad could it be?
No, don't you, no.
You afraid of frogs?
Yeah, I know
You
he's
should
gonna, I have an
be.
idea what he might do. Don't you do it. I swear to God, if you do this, Eric,
Don't blame me.
I will suicide bomb.
Blame the dice.
I will end this campaign how you guys ended mine.
But that would just be your lives. The campaign would continue on.
X characters. You know, I don't think anybody's gonna pity me even the slightest for how that went down. Because everybody's gonna go, well, you put the explosive there.
You did.
I didn't think you guys would oh, that's fine. Just waiting for Robert to get back and then we go for whatever's about to happen.
Rogue.
It's gonna hurt. Well, Max, how you feeling? We found a random thing inside of a dude's undead gut. Well, kind of undead gut.
Am I supposed to feel something?
Free items.
Well, if this works out, yeah, say, hey, if this works out good, though, it might be worth trading off around the party some as we need to.
If things go very poorly at any point in time.
Give it to them. It's like, here, no, attune to this. Get yourself patched together. You need that arm back.
Could just kill you and take it.
Why?
I'm not.
I don't want to die again.
That's a dumb reason.
Okay, I see how.
I brought you into this world. I can take you out.
I don't know what it is about your game, Eric, but you just trigger every violence option with Max.
Meh.
Correction, I kept you in this world. I could take you out of it.
And I'm catching like 80% of it.
I'm just here.
I know. Hopefully he is good.
Nobody spent any
And okay.
spells in that little mini
Today?
encounter, did they?
Mm-mm.
I don't think so.
Okay, so your resources are still awful. Okay,
We didn't have any reason to spend any spells there, I don't think.
I don't think so either, which is why I was making sure. You never know.
You never know. We pull some stupid stuff sometimes. We're exceptionally good at it.
Oh, this is something that Sydney is actually really good at.
What?
I mean, sometimes
That
you guys
sounds
have to roll
ominous.
dice kill monsters. It's the game.
Yeah. No, you just said that's something that Sanine's really good at. I thought you meant like something else besides like the normal damage dealing.
I don't know what else she's good at.
Hmm.
He's throwing some shade.
I'm good at being mean.
Hello, you back? Good to do things?
I'm good at being in pain.
Yeah, fair. Random encounter table said there's going to be a combat. Good for it?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Nobody spent any
I probably
resource.
should have rolled initiative.
Oh, but we'll get to that now. Because as nobody spent any resources, we'll just have it do that. What's the passive on people? So I know if this thing gets it, I'm going to surprise people. Round in or not?
16.
Hello, 10.
13.
Let me see how well hidden. It's not. Okay. It does not get around. So, alright. I'm going to need all of you to roll initiative as you are moving away from the cave, you eventually come upon what looks to be a little boulder. But upon getting slightly too near it, you can see these weird little eyes stuck at the top of it open up.
Ugh.
And three little
Ugh.
peering eyes will stare at you as it opens its mouth and frog roars, whatever that sounds like.
Oh no. Oh no. No.
You're in land of Frog. I get to use Frog.
I don't know. I know what happened last time I fought your frog. I don't want to be
I
in that
ate
pool.
you.
I know
It's
you
okay.
ate me.
And that
It's
other
okay,
guy, too.
We are a
Don't
smaller,
eat.
weaker party.
Yeah, I know. Oh my god, we're fucked. Maybe not,
Fine, Matt,
but we are a
we
lot not. We're not as strong.
Just use lightning damage. 25 to 20. 2015.
Oh, I got 26.
Alright. This
So
keyboard.
yeah, we got like no time.
Up.
Okay, I'm kidding now.
2015. 1510.
12.
Alright.
Amazing.
And then I don't need additional input.
It was 3.
Wow. How is that possible?
He has not dex.
I have 0 for my dex modifier.
Alright, Sanina.
Wow.
There appears to be a big, giant, scary frog head.
Frog head.
With
Just
an
the
eye
head?
stalk that has 3 eyes on it.
Just the head?
At the moment.
Oh.
The rest of it's
Got
buried in the
boulders
muck.
on its shoulders.
Is anybody close to it?
No. It's about 30 feet away.
30 feet away. So, I can move 25 feet towards it and stab it with my rapier.
If
and
you
get
get
sneak
out, the
attack.
ground is difficult terrain.
We in mushy land.
So that means that your movement's halved.
Ow.
You could shoot it.
Or you could
Yeah,
bonus
but then we
action
get
dash
sneak
over to
attack.
it to stab it with your sword.
If you bonus action aim from here, you can still shoot it for sneak attack, or you could dash over and stab it with your sword. Both are options. That is correct.
You have a returning dagger.
I don't know what she has to do.
I thought the armlet thing had returned the dagger even without that.
This is true.
You got a dagger that can be returned.
I do got a dagger that can be returned.
Just so long as you know what things do and do not do if they are and are not attuned.
I wish to bonus aim my crossbow and shoot it for sneak attack.
Good with advantage.
With advantage?
Yeah, because you're aiming.
That's what aim does.
Oh. I always forget that.
Like how you just correlated to I get sneak attack, not oh man, I also get advantage.
He's a good thing I got advantage.
Very possibly.
No.
I got 26 with advantage, but I rolled a 1 the
That'll
first time.
absolutely hit. Yorick, you're standing there, and then to your immediate left, behind you, a bolt just flies.
Not kidding. Just like that, like the snapping in his ears, like, wow, oh, why?
This is force damage, so just go for it.
$26.
Just over here, like, you're going, no,
26
no,
force
no.
damage.
No.
As your bolt flies and punches this thing right in the face. Next up is Yorick.
Bad frog.
Wait, I beat it?
It's not fast.
Oh, shoot. Okay, I was still thinking about what to do. But it's still 30 feet away.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, that's a big guy. Would it be safe to assume if it gets me, it could swallow me?
Could probably manage the card if it tried.
Okay, that's fair. It's fair. I don't think counterspell will be useful here. So, yeah, I'm a mirror image and make them solid.
Make what solid?
I'm gonna use my ability to mirror image and make myself solid, make the illusion solid.
What are you making?
Mirror image.
Mirror image. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I'm casting mirror image and making it solid. So
I
it's
heard
me.
silent image. Guess my brain went dirt.
No, mirror image. That's fair. Okay, I was like, what do you mean? What am I making?
Okay.
I was just confused.
Because blank image is a lot of illusion spells.
Now you're
Mirror
just
image,
giving it
major
more
image,
food.
minor image.
Illusionary dragon.
Okie dokie, now you have multiple U's.
Yeah. Fucking it up like, nope, nope. I don't think I want to play this today. A couple
Okay.
of them step off.
Now it's its turn. Okay. Got shot in the face. That really hurt. Holy shit. Look at all the kobolds. I want it. It's gonna kind of wiggle itself free of the muck, move a little bit closer, and then its tongue is going to shoot out and probably hit one of your mirror images. You roll a dice. You tell me if it hits one of those. What?
Matt.
Am I back?
For now.
Okay, it was weird. Yeah, I almost hit a 5, but I hit a 15 instead. So hits one of them. I think it only has to roll like a 14 to hit it, though.
It's hitting. Alright, so you summon the boys, and then one of them just gets taken the fuck out.
The Kobold Squad. It just. Oh no.
It's a
This is
4-man
confusing.
band.
Technically,
It's
for the
a 3-man
next
band.
2 rounds, it's going to be in his stomach, taking up space.
Well, first there's damage. And I don't think these guys have the most hit points. If any.
You
What,
didn't
my
get the
things?
point. You just
Yeah.
gave
No,
them
they don't have
value.
hit points. They take damage 3 times and they disappear.
You're right. So I don't know if the mirror image things can, like, leave your area of effect, because that's part of the thing.
I think-
Because
Normally, no, but I think with the fact that they're solid and I'm allowed to command my illusions, you could say it would.
solid or not, the restricting factor on it is that it can still only go to the limits of the spell. Since mirror image has to be all around you, if it moves from that, then it's still going to disappear.
Okay, so it's just
Yeah.
going to dissipate when it leaves, but it still blocked the first one.
Yep.
He's still got 2 more shields.
Now, if you're in melee combat, then that's a different story.
That's fair.
Or if something's just not dragging it away from you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Over to
Right.
Jackson.
I took one of my boys away. It's like I
Let's
stretched
see.
my hand
Johnny.
out.
Let's see. Hmm. There's a voice in my head that says be meta and do what the god of this game said and use lightning. But Jackson has no reason to know that.
I mean, lightning's a good
There.
element.
It is a good element. Are we? Wait, is it like in water also?
It's in muck, so...
Sludge.
I will do as the god.
Asking.
I will do as the god has told me.
Doesn't really do anything for the lightning, though. But whatever it is you
Either
gotta do.
way, like, 3rd level chromatic orb.
Okay. Roll to hit.
We'll make it 19.
19 will hit. Your damage is going to be halved, but there is an additional effect.
Neat. Let's see, did a 3rd level, so that's 5d8. Yeah. So 28 down to 14.
Alrighty then. As you smack this thing with lightning, you can see its form kind of like stutter a bit. It looks like it didn't damage it as much as you wanted it to, but it seems slowed as a result of the damage.
I don't feel like dealing with this tonight. Let's quick cast.
Okay.
And 4th level chromatic orb. This time, let's...
It's got frog flesh.
I
Kinda
was
wet.
thinking of fire.
Yeah.
I'm thinking fire. Yeah, we can go fire.
Roll to hit.
19 on the die.
Alright, you're going to hit. Sadly, fire is also resisted and has no fun with after effect.
Damn enemies resisting everything.
Just fire and lightning. Amblage.
I'm doing math.
Math is hard.
Man,
31 down to 15.
Okie dokie.
it's gross.
As this ball of lightning, followed quickly by a ball of fire, impacts this thing, you can see the wetness in the frog flesh kind of like taking it well, but the frog itself seems slowed.
Damn amphibians that are normally weak to fire.
Yeah, normally. But not this one, I don't know why. Over to Sanina.
Well, the last thing seemed to work out pretty well, so I'm gonna shoot him again
Aiming
with
again?
my. What?
Are you aiming again?
Yeah, I'm aiming again.
Okie dokie. Force damage, crossbow, go.
You
Magic
timed that
touch.
really well with how she rolled.
16?
16 will hit.
Hell yeah.
You can see that as it's kind of stuttering, it's not able to dodge or deflect things nearly as well as you send this bolt into it for a math amount of damage.
Man.
Also, your
another
stone's
26.
charged, by the way. 26 damage?
I don't need to waste it on him.
Well, you're making multiple attacks.
I think he's talking about the one that recharges when you damage him. The lightning one.
Oh.
Not the psychic.
The thing that gets better the more you use it.
Yeah.
I don't think she wants to teleport to the frog. I don't
May
know.
not want
No. I don't
Also,
want to
the whole-
teleport the frog.
Well, there's just a
16.
straight up weapon buff for it.
Also, we're in a moving carriage, so I don't know how that beat for frog speed.
carriage is moving slowly. This thing does not have as much issue.
Rough terrain.
Yeah. And even with it going slower, it's still as fast as you guys. Over to York.
Well, seeing what the lightning did on his turn, I'm just gonna say, all right, Stonewall, you can try to focus on doing a bit more to it. I can keep the lightning effects on it pretty well.
Try and thunder and ice next time.
And actually, oh no, I don't have mine yet. That's fair. That's right. I'll grab my rapier out. As my kobold squad also grabs their rapiers out, and we shall all three just and throw a thrust of lightning out of the rapier at it.
Okay.
Never mind. I won't be applying lightning damage today.
All right. So,
Hold on.
was that a
The
critical
4
fail?
plus? No. It's just a 4 plus 8 for 12.
12's not quite enough.
Yep.
And I'll just have that for all your guys, otherwise we needed to have a discussion beforehand. So, 3 little bolts of electricity fly from the end of this rapier. They do a little spirally thing toward the opponent, and it whiffs into oblivion.
Huh. Look down at it. Look over at him. Hey, you're terrible at this.
He looks sad. Now it is Rogue turn.
Quickly shuffle spots.
What?
Just look at him as I quickly shuffle spots, look back over to where I was originally. You're terrible at this, you know?
Okay. Okay, I can't really see because of the lightning across my eyes, so I'm just gonna attack one at random. Alright.
There are 3 of me.
I know, so you had 3 out of the 5 potentials. That didn't get you.
It didn't get me, okay.
So it can only make an action or bonus action, which means that if it does this, it won't be able to do the next part, which is actually bad. But it can still do that. So, tongue attack on Sanina. That's a 21.
To hit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Frog look at
Yeah, I don't
Jackson
think
go, that is rock. Rock is not good to eat.
Yeah, I don't think I can roll down that low enough
Can
to
I
make it miss.
evasion this?
You can uncannily dodge it. Because there is damage involved. As the tongue grapples you, constricts you, and pulls it toward the frog, you take 12 bludgeoning damage.
Did you take my pencil?
And you are dragged in front of the frog.
You could use mine for the moment if you need to, though.
I need you to repeat that.
12 damage. And you are dragged to the frog.
Is that after having?
That was before.
Okay.
So if you
6.
had uncanny dodge, it'll be 6.
And then it cannot bite as a bonus action because it's shocked.
They're like, oh man, damn, it's Herod, look up and just flies by or something like that.
Basically.
Just,
And at the end of the frog's turn, it kind of shakes off all the lightning it's taken. Now it is Jackson.
Okay,
okay,
let's start with Thunder. 4th level chromatic orb. Does 16 hit?
Yes.
Alright. So many d8s.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5th level? 6, 7?
No, not 5th.
I think
Fourth.
just 6.
4th?
I
6?
think just 6. Yeah.
It's 6, yeah.
I don't think we have 5th level spells yet.
I don't think so
That's
either.
next level. That's next level.
For you.
29 for Sonic.
Owie. Damaging. It has been bloodied.
Although that I can date when you guys started this, by the fact you guys keep saying Sonic.
fuck thunder. Sonic damage.
I'm good with
Two.
Sonic too. I was just saying.
Sonic boom. I held back and
Sonic
then went forward
Boom.
and applied a heavy punch.
You see this little difficult to like actually see orb of energy fly toward the frog, impact it, you all hear a poof, and then it recoils in pain. That's been
And let's quick
blood.
cast. Yeah, let's quick cast. There's not really a lot of things I can actually do with the 4th level besides just a lot of damage, so yeah. Another 4th level.
You don't need to worry
And-
about tactical things. Sorcerer is mainly blaster anyway.
We'll do. You know what? No, we'll stay with Sonic. Sonic looked like it do good. We'll stick Sonic. Crit.
Alright.
Three, 30.
This is gonna hurt. Just like over there, Saneem. You okay?
Okay, so that's 31 again, up to 62.
Okie dokie.
I'm good.
Owie.
Still,
Just
well, I don't
sitting
think she's
there.
okay.
Just sitting there holding my arm like Mega Man, blasting out my lemons.
Pew pew.
These are just
Lemon.
charged lemon.
Sanine.
Yeah.
Rogue.
Rogue.
Frog.
Disgusting.
Rogue.
What are you doing?
How close am I to the frog now that he got me?
Yes.
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 You can count his teeth.
Excellent.
It's got a lot.
Rapier to the face.
Stab. Probably more like the frog thigh.
Does she get her swashbuckler sneak attack?
Well, nothing's granting her disadvantage, so yeah.
I didn't know if she counted as restrained.
No,
Frog
it lets her
legs.
go. The entire point of it is tongue comes over, deposits, and then it bites. So if it doesn't use a tentacle attack, then it's kind of fucked.
You.
Frog legs?
Rogue?
18.
Will hit. Stabbed.
You think it'd kill us if we ate it?
22.
22 stabbing damage. That really
Stab.
hurts. Need to stop this. As
Alright,
you
York.
Stay away.
drive your rapier in and probably puncture something important, and it kind of down a little bit. Over to York,
Bring it up.
unless you got something else, Anina.
Now.
Okay.
Alright. So, seeing it there, and did not get lightning last time. Looking at what it's got. Gonna flourish this. Look at it. Shuffle to the side a little bit. Line myself up a bit better. Alright. And send another lightning slash at it.
It went.
Never mind.
At least you're trying.
Yeah. I'm trying. But a 10 don't hit.
As the attack goes wide. You gotta put this boy in training. Where'd Max go?
Just gonna stop trying with lightning. I'm just gonna go back to my psychic spells.
Well, Max left for a second, but it seems like she's about to be inside of a frog.
It does.
Oh no.
I'm trying to see what else I could do as a bonus action.
Disengaging may have been a good idea.
I will place a seal on it as a bonus action.
Oh no. nobody else can see it, but if you want to have any sort of like personal touches or
Just
animatic for what they actually look like to you, feel free.
That's a fair point. I guess just a brief moment of like the ringing around, like just to bringing on some of that brief. I guess that anybody sees like that greenish, like verdant greenish smoke he normally pulls out for his illusions before out of existence, and for him, it's just almost like a quill just scratches something across it, like is like a all right, here it is, that it starts to glow with it, like the script.
Okay. All right. So
Tales of woe and doom, basically, to label him for not great times in the future.
So
You
now
put
it's
your red
his
stomach bone down.
base. So now it is non-slowed frog term. Slowed frog turn. All right, I'm gonna eat this halfling because they look delicious.
No.
Y'all.
It happens.
That's 26.
Yeah, that eats me.
Alrighty then.
I don't think I can reduce that either. And I'm really missing that new spell that I haven't leveled up for.
Let's see here. Frog damage is that much. Understood. Ow. Ow. Ow.
Sounds like time to uncanny dodge.
Always. Time to uncanny
Okay, so
dodge.
it's 30 piercing damage.
I need pencil, please.
Have the 15.
You didn't give it back.
Assuming you have it to 15.
Oh, never mind. I have it. That was half 15.
Have the 15, assuming you uncannily dodge.
Yes. Why would not? Why
I
would
don't know.
I'll toss a reaction out to try and bring like a wisp of the smoke it had, like the script it has on it, to like push it back and fuck up its movement a little bit so it doesn't bite as much. I'm going to use the cutting words to reduce damage, because I know what the inside of that's going to be like. Not great. I should have had advantage on my swing. Well, I know for next time.
Okay. So if you're reducing the damage of the bite, that'll take place whenever it was 30, so...
To 15. Oh, it'll take place when it was 30?
Yes.
So it'll go down to 26, because I reduced it by 4.
Alright, that'll make it to where you
Think
take
about that.
13 damage.
13. Did not think about that part. Noted for the future.
And Senina, you are standing there,
Yeah.
you are stabbing this frog. Then the frog
Yeah.
just goes, whomp. And now everyone else can
no.
just see a pair of legs dangling out of the corner of the mouth of the frog.
Oh no.
You are restrained, and at the start of its next turn, you're going to take some acid damage.
All of us, all three of the Yorks just go, ooh, and put like the end of the mouth, like, ooh, that looks painful.
It actually has access to multi-attack at this point in time, so I'm just going to make a
No.
tentacle at one of these people in the carts. The kobold's weird. I want to hit him. I will hit him. The other thing
The
looks like
kobold is
rock, and
not a
rock
rock.
could look like hard eat. It would hit, but I'm pretty sure it's going to hit one of your mirror images.
No, it's me!
Oh.
Flip.
Alright, let me grab my damage dice.
Look at that there, confidence, like, yeah, I have this wonderful spell.
Ow, it's all sevens!
What did you
Jackpot.
Take 7, 7, 14, 7, 21 plus 6. 27 bludgeoning damage.
27.
And now you are grappled.
Dude, there's like, see this stone wall? I did it. It's really cool. It's a really cool, neat trick to help me from getting hit. I get ripped over there.
Total party killed by a frog.
Unlikely.
You joke, but it almost killed our party last time.
It's okay, I've got a lot of health to go through.
That's the end of frog term. Over to Jackson.
Okay.
It's not looking great. You can probably finish it with this next attack.
Did my illusions come with me?
Yeah, they're just, like, with the strange amount of sentience that you want your illusions to have, they're mildly confused as to why they're also grappled, even though they're not in the tentacle.
You leave those homeless people alone. Second level chromatic orb. Sonic again,
Okay.
and 15 on the die. So
You on the
above
die? We'll
20.
hit, yeah.
2, 3, 4, 19, Sonic?
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's 1 HP.
Alright. Well, I was gonna cast another second level.
I'll pop my seal. I can do it when he hits.
Excellent.
Okay.
I'm sorry, it took me a second to remember. Oh, no, I can't.
Hey,
Can't.
Ken.
It cost my reaction.
Did you already burn your... Yeah, you did. What'd you do that for? No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. Does it?
I thought
you
it
had-
did.
I don't think it
No,
does.
you had your turn since because it.
Oh, so either
Well,
way,
even
I
then,
can pop
I
it.
don't think that your seal requires your reaction.
Oh, I thought it did for me to trigger it.
Don't think so.
I don't know.
I'll go check while we're talking. Keep going.
So that was sonic damage, right? Well, the
Yeah.
battle's over
And
because
then-
this is gonna kill it. I just want to make sure I'm not wrong.
Nope, I'm just
Fair.
using the Mega Buster.
Just like, no, tongue. Grab Sadine's legs. Hold on, I got this. Grab her by the ankles. Prop my feet up against the toad.
Sadine's hair standing on
Cool.
end
Yeah.
from saliva.
Just when something else hits a creature with a seal on it, you can choose to consume it. It's not a reaction. It's free.
Okay, that's good to know.
Stop the horse and carriage for them.
Well, first off,
But I get
you send your sonic thing at it. It kind of like takes a step back, and then Yorick has a chance. You pop the seal. You can see the necrotic, like almost like ink poisoning, begin to spread from the location your seal is at. It seizes up then and falls. Sitting his legs just kicking out of its mouth as it just kind of flumps into the ground belly first.
grab
Alright.
Sadine's ankles and like prop my feet against the frog and.
Hair
All right,
on
we
end like a troll doll.
We just had a nice little Konosuba moment. Everyone get in the frog.
No.
You have
In the
defeated
frog?
the frog.
He was gross.
I just got into the mud. I was like, yeah, gross. Pulling myself out of the muck.
Alright,
What the fuck was that?
hop off the cart with axe. It's like this thing's good to eat.
I give it a sniff.
Smells like a frog. Well, more accurately, smells like a bog.
I don't think I'd eat that.
I've seen you
Might
eat much
be with
worse.
Sanine on this.
Yeah, but wasn't it kind of burny? I
This
got
thing
some
didn't look like it.
burns.
You have yet to take any acid damage.
Never mind, I don't got burns. I got teeth marks.
Tooth marks.
Who took you out before you got slurped?
On second thought, he ate me, so revenge.
Well, it is meat.
Listen, it's this or good
Falling off
berries.
the leg.
You haven't been feeding
Alright,
your good
let's
berries,
try
have you?
Huh?
I can't
Yes,
eat them.
I've been taking a first level slot away every day for good berry.
Oh,
That
you
works
can't
for
eat
two
them.
of you.
What?
I just turned them down every time you try to give them to me.
Yeah.
Why can't you
What'd you
eat
say,
them?
Eric?
I can't eat them.
Why?
I don't know.
It's violently ill.
That sucks.
Allergies.
Is it because they're red?
Are they red?
I always pictured them as red.
Me too.
Really?
I always
What
pictured
did you
them,
picture him as, Eric?
Purple.
I always
Really?
pictured them as like I always pictured them as like little holly berries.
Me too.
To be fair, sometimes I think about them being orange.
Okay, so you...
I should have just taken like a handful of good berry and threw it in this thing's mouth.
No!
Make it explode.
I'll just get real fat and not want to fight you guys anymore because now its belly's full.
Just kind of sinks back into the swamp, bloated.
Alright, so you're carving apart froghemoth for froghemoth meat. Are you looking for anything else? It does have teeth and tentacles and stuff, but like, I don't know what you're gonna do with that. You could go real monster hunter. I don't know.
I don't need his teeth.
On some of them, you have a point. On this guy,
Let's get a jar of frog goop.
Just like the saliva and
Why?
stuff, lubricant.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Might be able to sell it to someone as an alchemical ingredient.
That's easy enough.
Ew.
ooh, gravitize. Then if you're gonna do that, those are usually alchemical ingredients.
That will require a
Yeah.
roll, because those are easy to buy.
The eyes are a bit harder. I have an axe, so might be better if
Sedine has literally all the daggers.
I
Daggers
have
for
a
days.
dagger.
Daggers for
I have a
days.
I have a dagger as well, but you're a bit more precise with your cutting.
Someone can make a survival check.
So,
Or
I really,
meat and...
I really don't want to touch it.
Someone take it. Someone
I'll
take
try.
it with advantage.
I'll try.
Have advantage.
Let's see if my luck has changed any.
I doubt it.
For this, it has 20 total.
Alright. Are you going for the eyes?
Yeah, I guess.
Alright.
I'll let him plop them in a jar. I'm just getting them free.
There are 3. You managed 2. The third one, unspeakable things. Outside of that, you get a lot of frog meat. You don't know if it'll taste okay or not, but like,
Revenge.
Meat is meat.
Press the digitate. People clean.
Climb back in the cart.
get yourselves out of the muck.
Travel.
Alright.
I just have to ask and not skip over one thing. How does it taste?
Whenever you actually gotta cook it.
Yeah.
Probably somewhere along this travel.
Well, then that would be probably someone trying to make a cooking check. Which, I think at this juncture would probably just be a wisdom.
It usually is.
There is an argument for charisma, but that's more for the arts and like presentation of it.
How much salt do we have
Who
back
wants
there?
to cook it?
Look, I'm shit at cooking, but how much salt do we have?
Is Sanine good at cooking? You worked in a bar, Sanine?
I could try.
I think she made Valen do everything.
I did. I
He
could try
sneezes
though.
again.
Valen holding someone's drinks on a tray, bringing it to them.
Oh, geez, sorry.
Like, why?
What would I roll?
Wisdom.
Wisdom?
Just roll a d20 and add your wisdom modifier.
Shit, that's actually pretty good, isn't it?
It's not bad.
That's pretty good.
6!
How did you have the conversation if that's pretty good, not bad, and then roll a 6? To answer
her bonus.
to answer for how it tastes, you know, whenever you get either a piece of fish or anything that lives in water, and you still
It tastes
can
like
taste the lake,
it. Yeah.
just tastes like bug.
It very subtly sprinkles some of my food dust on it so she can't see.
Can I have a good berry?
You may.
And I just stare them in the eye as I eat it.
Press to digitate my frog to taste better.
You can do that?
I've been doing that the whole time.
I would also like to do that.
Who cares if I can cook or not? As long as it's not poisonous, I just lie to myself.
Do you have prestidigitation,
Basically what we're
Senina?
doing.
Does Senina have prestidigitation?
She does.
You can do it.
You didn't know that you could make your food taste better.
No.
Yep.
No one has taught me anything.
You could try. Try it right now.
Just think of what you want to make it taste like. Use the magic lab.
She'll make it taste like chicken.
Okay, you magic it to taste like chicken. It tastes like chicken, but it tastes like oddly hollow chicken. Like chicken flavoring.
That's okay.
Chicken that's gone hollow.
Return to the souls to us, peaked one.
I didn't know that you could do that.
Alright then. The journey continues.
Only way I'm able to stand my own cooking.
Alright. As you're beginning to come upon your destination, you look off to the northeast, and you can see a group of troops traveling for some reason. Assuming you give them a wide berth, you make your way into the more dense, jungly forest.
Is this the point we're supposed to be at?
Yes.
Well, here we are. I don't know what to do now. They said they'd find us.
I guess we just wait here for a minute.
Just at the very edge of the forest, you're not traveling inward.
Let's go in some.
We were invited in, I guess.
Yeah, they said they'd come get us.
As you're moving forward, it begins to get very difficult for your cart to actually manage.
Wheels look like they're getting stuck. Might be as far as we're going.
Might be. Might be. This seems good.
Anyone that wants to can just kind of roll like an insight check to get a general feel of the area that you're going into.
Ah, yes. Ah, yes! Eric?
Yo.
That is a 2. So, a 0.
Alright. Gotcha. These are just woods. Like, meh.
Seems nice. It's woods.
What if I rolled?
Then you can roll.
Okay.
Everyone can roll.
Okay. I was
Yeah,
just making
seems
sure
like-
he didn't waste our roll.
Seems like woods to me. Been through a lot of them.
17.
17. These are woods, but there's more life than you're used to. It's like slightly more vibrant, but at the same time, it almost feels emotional.
Does a 22 reveal more?
On top of the emotionalness of it, you get the sense of wariness and A, you're being watched, and B, there is danger.
Oh, guys.
What's up?
Someone's watching us. And it doesn't feel like a good watching us.
You know, did you give them the description of what we look like? That probably could have helped.
I don't think I did, but they might recognize you.
Well, if I got the stone sorcery from her,
I could always just say, I could just send one to them and let them know we're here.
might be a good idea.
Just think about it real quick, run through it all. Send them hey, we're here. In the wilds where we're supposed to be. I'm really hoping that's you watching us. If not, let me know. We may have a small problem.
You will get a message back which states, "Did Jack ever give Jackson his amulet? If so, this should be a lot easier. If not, someone will be along probably within a day or two. Maintain location."
Alright, Jackson, do you have an amulet that you were given? by Jack? I think that's your dad.
The words
in
pendant
there.
and globby thing with goo inside would also apply here.
It's, I mean, first of all, York, it's literally in the name. Jack's son of Jack, but yeah, it's the thing that I told you. If it looked like I was about to die, go ahead and break it and shove it in my mouth.
Alright, well, that's going to be needed, apparently. That's going to make whatever's about to happen a lot easier. And then somebody will be about in about a day otherwise.
Oh, so then what's watching us?
I didn't get that answer. I could greet it. Do you think that would help?
Probably not.
Alright,
What you like to do?
just have it on hand? I don't really want to.
So it
I'll
sounds
slide-
like
I'll
you're
slide-
setting up
I'll
the
slide.
camp.
I'll actually put the pendant on.
Okay. Actually, like making
Another one.
contact with it, you can feel like a very faint energy to it whenever you do so.
Feels different. Maybe it's responded to all the wildlife around the nature.
Or this one specifically.
Who knows? Honestly, as much as I've researched into magic, one of the easiest explanations for a lot of things is magic's weird.
Accurate. Accurate. I rubbed my head where there was those barbs. And now it's scaled.
Plenty of times you'll just be looking through a magical book, and you'll get how things work and reactions that do certain things, and sometimes the why is just, we're not sure why it works, but it just does. There's a reason a lot of
Okay.
magic people blow themselves up.
I guess this is what you have to look forward to, seeing if you ever delve into the magics a bit more.
I'm okay.
Nonsense. So we just gonna kind of sit here.
Do we
They
really
told us
have
to
any
wait here,
choice?
so. I mean, going any further is going to be harder on the horses and the carriage. Going by foot probably isn't the best idea, and if any of us split up, probably get lost.
Fair, fair, fair.
But we're going to be here a while. Sounds like time for a good nap.
All right. You set up camp. During one of your watches, just for the sake of safety, you can see. Well, you could almost like swear that some of the bushes and various tree things are like almost scoping you guys out, but nothing comes of it.
I've never been sized up by a tree before.
I need to check the druid spell list for something.
We'll wait until after you get done with that to continue on.
No, you're good. It's in case of combat.
Okay. During the next day, probably whenever people are either munching on a good berry or frog ration, then a humanoid shape will make itself known from a nearby bush. And walking out, you will see that it is what appears to be an elf in almost stereotypical druidic gear. Will make their way forward.
I'm gonna shout Stonewall for it.
Are you the one to take us to where we're supposed to go?
Yes, that is the case. I see you've brought a cart and horses. Those will have to be collected some other time.
Is there a way to ensure their safety out here?
They will not be mistreated. It's just more difficult to get them to where you're going.
Alright then. If you say they won't be mistreated, I guess that has something to do with control of the nature in the area.
Insight check.
Okay.
Saw her hands like twitch for a minute before deciding to say that.
Nat 20.
They are not going to eat you or the horses. They seem to be
Pickles is
being
safe.
genuine.
Does that leave me and Jackson up in the air though?
Perhaps.
Yes.
Dun dun dun.
But if you'll come with me, then the quickest way to go is through the trees, as it were.
Are you being literal, as in walking through the trees?
Quite.
Ah, well then. I should save a lot of time, definitely.
I get to walk through a tree and I'm not even high this time.
Wow.
Look up. Part of your insight check, Serena. You get the idea that whereas they are being genuine, they don't like people coming into their woods. They're a
That's
little
fair. Celine
wary.
just doesn't like people.
So you have found a kindred spirit.
Understandable.
Alright.
You'll come this way.
I think I still
Grab your
have that
back.
smile that he just has at this point.
Grab your packs and let's go.
They interact with the largest tree, and then you can see, like, the outer layer of bark begin to take on a more, like, ethereal nature to it. Alright. Follow me. And they'll disappear into it.
Into the
Follow through.
Conga conga hara. Ha ba da 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 da.
Everybody follows through, and you all step out into a large, decently well illuminated area. A lot of the lights are a more like greenish blue or just green in nature, so everything's kind of bathed in that type of hue. Looking around the area, this seems to be like what equates to a proper town if it was only made out of druids and had a very tribalistic vibe to it. Continuing to get a scope of the area, you can see that you're probably somewhere underground. And you can see a lot of roots kind of like sticking out of the walls here or there at odd angles. And illuminated in what appears to be, well, you've lost your sense of direction, but what I'm going to say is the north side of town. There appears to be a giant turtle-ish looking creature, but most of its body appears crystalline, with only faint aspects of it still retaining an organic thing that you can see slowly intaking and exhaling breaths.
Interesting. This appears to be quite an interesting place.
If you will follow me, there's an area that someone will look over you, make sure that you're not what you're not, make sure you're who you say you are, and not a thing that I don't know how to describe, because we've just been told to look out for him, and I haven't actually found any.
Are you talking about the worm
Person with a worm
possessions?
in his head?
Maybe?
So one of the ways that you can tell if someone's got a worm in them is the blood.
I'm sure, but we have our own thing that we're going to do. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Is it painful?
I haven't had it done to me.
Well, if it is, can't be worse than some of
Behind.
the other stuff we've gone through.
Just looked at it, this amulet. Save me.
I just got eaten by a frog.
It was a few days ago.
It's fresh
Yeah.
for me.
Probably not as painful as the frog.
The frog kind of hurt.
It did.
It didn't try to eat me, so I don't know.
But
Because you break its teeth.
they will lead you into an overgrown stone building that, looking around the architecture of this place, unless the druids are like shaping things from stone in the manner that like proper civilizations would shape things from stone, it looks like they probably found this place and repurposed it. Just from a general like looking around and gauging what the people are wearing and doing as opposed to the places that they're living.
Do you mind if I ask a question?
You may, though I may not have your answer.
This place here. Did you guys make it, or was it here already?
This is the site of one of the ancients. Crystallization has progressed terribly through it, but the matriarch seems to believe that we need to protect it or sit by it for a reason that she has yet to disclose.
Oh, more of the ancients. Well, keep running into this topic.
But if you would
I guess.
Go on.
Yep, go ahead. Oh, sorry, just pondering to myself.
follow me into here, we'll have foodstuffs brought forth, a change of clothes if you so desire, and someone will be along to check you out momentarily.
Do I get dinner? I should not have said that. Uh, just gonna step by and stonewall.
Alright.
It's okay, they'll bring us a good berry.
God damn it.
So after some time, a dwarf will make their way into the room, and one by one, you'll all be led away to be examined. They'll perform some various magical things, some of which is mildly intrusive if you decide to not submit to it. But assuming all goes fine, then you guys pass through without too much issue. Yorick, they do bring up your mutation to you.
Would you believe me if I said it was just an impulsive decision?
Well, if it's something that you would like reversed, we might be able to come up with the means.
I don't know yet. I just got it recently and I'm still figuring out what happened.
If it's something that you're okay with, then it shouldn't be terribly problematic. But at the end of
I have
that...
a friend.
Sorry.
Just like, can you tell me what it did, any, or just a little bit more on it?
Gauging from it, it appears to have reworked some of how your internal biology works. Things going different places. Looking at it, it looks to be a modification from some of the older mutagens. Less severe than those.
I'm kind of worried what the severe mutagen looked like now.
It would turn those...
Oh,
Do you want this history story or not?
sorry.
We can pass it by, it's fine, it doesn't really apply. Alright.
I'm always here for a story, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt.
From what we have recorded, in the times of the larger wars, those would be made and they would be given to individuals expected to fight on the front lines. Oftentimes they were more geared toward power, so that would kind of overtake their mental faculties, but on the battlefield it paid dividends. What you have there seems to be a fraction of the thing with a fraction of the cost.
I'll watch for any mental thing. I'll ponder this. I'll think about the keeping it or not bit.
I would personally suggest not imbuing any more unless you wish to go down that path, probably permanently.
All right, good to know. Any more, and it's permanent. And
Oh,
possible
probably.
losing of the mind.
At the end of each of your examinations, they will ask you, like, what generalization of food you would want brought to you.
I need meat. Can't do vegetables anymore. Or
Surprise me
fruits.
with something local from here.
Okay.
Got any flapjacks?
So, pastries.
If you got them, I'll take them.
Okay. So let's see here. Of the 3 items, what's easiest to acquire? That. Little gross. Who cares? Uh, Matt, you know the scene in Emperor's New Groove where you go to a restaurant and it's just big ass bug, but everyone seems to be enjoying it.
Yeah.
They bring one of those.
You know, it's that moment where he looks at it and he feels like he should be slightly worried. But for some reason, he's not.
It smells
He's
good.
curious. I'll dig in. I'm sold.
Okay.
He's eaten weird stuff before.
The texture's
Just gonna
not
look at
one
them
that
like,
you.
this is tasty.
Texture's not one that you're really used to, but it strangely works.
Just look at them just slurping it. It's just good stuff, man. It's
Uh,
tasty.
Jackson, you get a fruit that they bring in, and part of the preparation is that they kind of cut it in half and then divide it into slices, each of which you can tell that the center of this thing is a slightly different texture, and each of the slices has a piece of that.
Ooh.
The outer flesh is probably more like melon in texture, but utilizing it with the inner, which has a more of like slightly more solid than honey, like texture to it, and it's a very, very sweet like accompaniment to it.
Ooh, haven't had this fruit before.
So Nina,
This seems like it would go great with a tea.
I'll bring you some tea because they forgot about drinks and I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. Sanina, they will bring you probably. Okay, they'll bring you pancakes, but the consistency of them is a little weird. It looks like it's made from something other than wheat. But part of it, though, is they have included little bits of cocoa in it.
Ooh.
So you get, functionally, chocolate chip pancakes.
Wow.
And they bring forth large things of tea so you can have refreshments.
I have a question.
For who?
Just in general.
For the universe.
Do I react adversely to tea because that is a plant-based thing?
It's one of those things where...
You could have a meat tea.
No, it's one of those things where the water part of it's just fine. The other thing leaves a bit of like this isn't quite right to it, but it's mainly water at this point, so you're pretty confident that you'll be okay.
Okay.
Much akin to like seasonings on your meat and stuff like that. Small enough quantities, it won't fuck you over.
Okay, that's what I was just asking. Like, I was just trying to figure out how bad I am on just like, nope, straight carnivore time.
You can taste it, it's fine. You probably don't want to have like an ale or other real like a bunch of flavored thing for it. But a very light tea and you'll be okay.
Okay. Noted.
York's gonna have to drink or order milk at all the bars we go to.
That'll work. Just pray he's a mutant that actually
Fuck.
can produce lactate.
We'll find out if he's lactose intolerant eventually.
Oh my god, I just realized how much of almost all alcohol is plant-based.
Yeah. Yeah. You didn't drink whenever you were at the bar. You got yourself a water. Otherwise, you were going to be sick.
There was probably a day or two of trying something that really ended badly that he knows about now. I'm like, no, I can't anymore.
York gathers everyone attention, stands on the table, takes a drink, projectile vomit, falls backwards.
Wow. All right. That
Audience
takes
goes
care of
loud.
that. And they would, too. Okay. Now for the person that doesn't really know how to deal with this current situation.
It's okay, no one does.
Yeah.
It's okay, I'm just popping open my therapy book.
Oh.
Therapy session time. Here we go. Techniques.
Can Sanine read over his shoulder?
This is Matt. That was Matt making a joke.
Well,
I
she's
don't know.
found you making drawings before.
Yeah.
She has. He's probably doing something random. Right now, it's a weird drawing of you halfway flying at a frog with its tongue wrapped around you, and you're going at it to stab it.
Ew.
Accurate though.
Fairly.
After you
Well,
have...
what therapy session you having?
That was Bat making a joke. That wasn't Yorick.
So he doesn't actually write down his deepest, darkest thoughts in a book where Sanine can read it?
No. Especially not after now starting to know you.
Your goddess commands you.
Well, everybody has to be disappointed sometimes.
Listen, we've seen what happens to goddesses that get eaten by frogs.
Have we?
He's making
Yes.
a Konosuba reference.
All right. After you have your food, an acolyte will walk in with 3 different robes and put them down on a arm of a chair nearby and say, I do apologize, but I've been informed to tell you 3 that if you're going to be seeking audience with the matriarch, then you need to be in this attire, and once you are changed, knock on the door, I'll recollect you and we can go to her sanctum.
Do we gotta leave our things here, or?
Probably if you can carry it with you, she probably won't care, but you gotta be in these.
Do we just throw it over what we have on now?
No.
Pulling
Okay.
my shirt off. Wait, what? That's an option? Nope, back continuing on. Changing. Definitely not leaving my bag, it bites.
I wonder what's inside.
Just change clothes and put everything in the haversack.
That'd be awkward to explain.
What happened to our
Sanine's
acolyte?
just gonna
Well, you see.
change clothes, but Sanine's gonna change clothes, but she's gonna leave her clothes everywhere.
Okay.
We're gonna need that. You're gonna want those later, right?
She might just like this robe from now on. Who knows?
This is true. This is true.
It's very breezy.
It is very soft.
It is.
It is very breezy.
Just like the switch the hips, it feels like freeing.
I wonder what this is made of. It's
Some sort of plant
another nice
fiber.
material. Whatever fiber
I
this is
can
made
touch
of.
it.
Really nice.
You're as bad as everybody at school who acts weird when I touched red stuff.
That's the reason I'm acting like this.
What?
Freaking, it came out at high school that I was allergic to red dye, and for 3 or 4 months, every time I touched something red, people lost their shit.
Touching red makes Matt dead.
They somehow couldn't grasp the concept that I'm only allergic to ingesting artificial red dye.
Matt's like the Green Lantern, except his weakness isn't the color yellow, it's red.
I just don't know where this came from. Like, what
That
brought
happened
this
in
up?
high school.
I know that,
feel like
what brought it up?
I feel like he's touching something.
I'm
red.
touching plants.
Oh,
The thing I'm like very terribly allergic to now.
okay.
I made a joke about it.
I lack the context.
I figured he was just touching like a red pillow or something they had.
It's an inside joke. You gotta be in the know, you know.
He is in the know. He had front row seats to it happening.
And
Okay.
I remember Matt having to look over everything we went when shopping.
Yeah.
Rip.
Yeah, it sucks. But clothing on and
What?
changed.
Whatever. Yeah, so everyone changed.
I'll be
that.
nice. I'll be nice and toss up an illusionary like mist wall around everybody.
Okay. For privacy. What's Indiana's known for?
Yeah. It's
Mhm.
politeness. And I'm less likely to give her an excuse to stab or punch me.
That's fair.
Okay. Clayne, you changed into your robes. You knock on the outside door, and the acolyte will kind of look you over, give a nod, and go, "If you'll follow me." And they begin to head north toward the big crystal thing.
Shiny.
Wonder if this is how Jack met my mom, just happening to wander in the woods.
I don't know. I kind of get that they don't like us feeling.
Sydney's gonna raise her hand. Stonewall, is that why you're made of stone? Because your mother's a witch?
Something like that. I don't know. Jack never really talked about it too much, but
Was your dad made of stone?
not that I know of. As much stone as any other noble dwarf.
How much is a normal dwarf?
12%. I did the math.
Oh, wow.
Why do you
The
think we
more
weigh
you
so
know,
much?
I guess. I don't ask a dwarf their weight. That's rude.
You don't need to. You can probably see it. Anyways,
They lead you through the town, and eventually to basically the foot of this giant creature, which you can see has kind of been hollowed out and turned into a crystal cavern. Outside of which there are basic guards, but seeing that you are clothed appropriately and being led, they allow you
How
inside.
fun is it? Put a meat for it.
Yeah, but I can take it better.
beep-doop-bop-boop-a-doop-bee-beep-doop-bop-doop-a-doop.
Yeah. You make your way through these crystal caverns. Inside these crystal caverns, you can kind of make out what the actual like crystal color is away from the away from all the lights, and it appears to be like a dull, like rusted orange.
Don't normally see natural glows of this color.
Moving forward, you're
I like the
eventually
color.
moving forward, you're eventually led to a door that they open up, and there's a lot happening in here. At the top, you can see like this bunch of branches and vines going directly into the crystal thing itself, with this incredibly bright light emanating through between the branches. And going from there, you can see all these roots kind of like going down along the sides into a few different chambers. where it looks like acolytes are standing or lying motionless for some reason. The area itself is made out of the same dull orange rusty crystal color. And in the center of the room you can see more roots and this little pedestal of some kind, atop which there's an orb of... It's glowing at the moment, so you can't really tell what it's like made out of. It's just giving off this strangely white light. Looking down and tracing where the pedestal roots are coming from, you can see it links back over to all the little alcoves where the acolytes are. And then back up into the ceiling. Basically all around this area, there are these little chambers where these people are either standing, sitting, or lying. But standing next to the pedestal, you can see the individual that you saw through your scrying spell.
I gently shove Stonewall forward.
Oh, this is their land. I was going to let them address us first.
Having difficulty coming up with the right words. I suppose this is probably more your quest to get closure. It would be better for you to start.
I am also at a loss of words. I was kind of hoping you would have a good start with that. Well, it's weird to meet a family member that you've never actually seen in person. But I am Stonewall Jackson, son of Jack. I have been given nearly no information, and yes, I have come to seek a form of closure and just answers in general.
I'm glad you're okay. It looks as though your father has raised you well. I suppose I should know why I couldn't have been there for you, and she'll just kind of gesture around the room. I had other things I needed to attend to.
Your own people. So, how did you and Jack meet?
That was, he was part of a war party nearby. They basically got demolished, and he wandered into the woods to try to not die, I guess. We found him, nursed him back to health, and... Well, you've heard that story before, surely.
No, I haven't.
Never read a story where somebody got nightingale.
No, but it's more of Jack never actually told him so. He's being very literal about that. So I can get where things are going there, but that was just Jack never told me that. What happened there. So one thing leads to another. Eventually, he got better and had to leave.
He had a sense of duty to return to. Old honorifics and things like that. And you came along and I couldn't raise you or deprive him of a son.
Did Jack ever come back here? Or keep in contact?
I sent some things along. I can see you have the pendant there that he must have kept in some capacity, but actual contact wasn't really much of a thing because if too many people came to this locale, it wouldn't be good.
Yes. What does this do? He hid it in a very odd, well hidden place behind an illusion. That would be rather difficult for someone that didn't know the castle to look around and find.
The pendant itself will mark you as a part of this tribe. It will guarantee safe passage through the woods above, and also, should emergencies occur, the thing inside would fracture, and there's some last-ditch efforts that it would do. Effects.
But what happened if I ate it?
Given that its primary purpose is to imbue life and purpose to things around it at the time of it breaking, you'd probably be revived, but it might be an overabundance of life. You might have some serious problems controlling it, but if you manage it, you'd probably be okay.
Gotta drop a few fireballs on myself after eating it. Well, that's good to know.
Anybody, like, watching this, I don't know what people's insights or passives would be. You actually, like, pick up details.
Very low.
Yeah, I know.
+3.
My insight's +6.
Okay. So, Sanina, while they were doing their whole, like, whatever there, you can tell that they feel really, really bad and guilty about how things have gone.
As they should.
And, hey. And just kind of looking at them closely, you can see like a very thin line where they're crying just a little bit.
Do I have a tissue?
Have a robe. And you're also a fucking maniac, so it's nothing for you to like rip off part of a sleeve and be like, here.
I'm gonna do that.
Oh, and they'll kind of give you a look. Yeah, okay. They'll take it.
Another one of the reasons we came here to find you partially was Jack might be in trouble and we're just unsure how to help him. Scrying and messaging have yielded poor results.
Well, if he's in trouble, it probably has something to do with the corruption occurring down south.
I just had a thought. Sorry.
That would put him out of our ability to properly observe. But coming here and your arrival now, it's potentially quite important. Would you like a general explanation of things for just exposition? Or should I just tell you what I need you to do? If you'd be willing.
I'd like some more details, please.
Okay. So, where we are, it is the last crumbling remnants of an ancient one. We do not know of any others that yet have survived the crystallization process. This one, however, is faltering. The acolytes in the chambers are delving through its memories, finding facts about the world that otherwise would be lost to time. And it seems to be reaching the end of its ability to resist this factorization.
I got a real quick question.
You seem to be squirming there, young kobold. Do you need something?
No, this is Matt asking you a question.
Okay.
He's nice. He's letting them have their talk. Just while they're doing that, peek open my bag for where the wind crystal is.
Gonna get it out?
I just want to get open right now. I don't want to toss it out yet.
And it's there.
Is it reacting with anything here?
That'd be more of a getting it out and focusing upon it. Just sitting alone in the bag, it's not going to reveal things.
I'm not involved right now.
Okay.
We.
So yeah, I'll do something.
This does sound like a place that we could have. A place that should be protected and learned from. We've actually encountered 2 forms of ancient so far, and seen a third.
Are you doing the thing, Matt?
There's something going
Yeah,
on.
as I said, yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Just let them have their talk off to the side, kind of like take another step back out of the way, so I'm not as
Well,
intrusive.
it's gonna cause an effect, but let's let Jackson finish his sentence.
That's what he has his epiphany. I'm good with that.
So try again.
He's good.
Oh, I don't know what your sentence was.
Oh, I would say that. Well, we have encountered two such creatures in a form, and seen a third-ish type. We've actually been dealing with this for some time now, dealing with the ancients and research into them. It seems like there's something going on in the world at the moment where everything's just starting to add up and the ball's going downhill.
And then at that point in time, Yorick brings out his soul stone. It will begin to glow with a bright jade light, and then basically every facet of crystal around you will then begin to give off its own like dull orange glow.
Oh no! I probably shouldn't have done that. Put it back in the bag.
And then your mother will just pipe out,
Quickly.
"So it seems."
Look around, like frantically, like hand buried in the bag, like, oh god, or did any of them happen to one of them?
Well, everyone who's awake and conscious saw what you do that.
No, I meant more of like there was a bunch of weird people going kind of like weird comatose around crystals, man.
Yeah, there's no obvious reaction from them.
Go over, see them. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. Just gonna take a couple steps back.
I see you have one of those. Are there any others?
2, actually. Well, Sanina's got one, and one of the other lordlings, comrade at arms, he has one as well.
But they're not here. And
They are not.
of the 3 people in front of me, 2 of them have them, 1 of them does not.
Aye.
Yeah, that checks out. Well,
Looking over at the pedestal.
I get a rock when I get a rock.
well, currently in its memories, what it's showing us has been it's been largely at the time of conflict. And as a result, we're not really the best prepared to deal with the things that are inside. This thing is reaching the end of its lifespan. If you 3 could help put it to rest.
Ooh.
You want us to mercy kill an ancient being?
Not that, I want you to help it finish whatever it's trying to remember.
We can try, but I'm not versed in that kind of magic exactly.
Just trying to think. You could interact with it a little bit. I know. Tried to identify things.
I wonder if there could be some kind of communication between your crystals and it.
Probably something, that's why that effect just happened, but for the sake of the ritual, we'd probably just empty out 3 of the pods and have the 3 take its place. Take their places.
Is that the people that are just frozen outside?
This is a big circular room. They're all in little chambers inside this singer.
Just, okay.
There's just a little distinction between them all where you can see some roots just places.
That don't look healthy, I will fully admit.
I've probably got along with worse ideas.
Admittedly,
I've done worse, the ship. I just was pointing out that.
admittedly, there is some danger for if you incite too much trauma upon yourself whilst inside of there, then the ramifications will affect you very poorly.
It's okay. We've already had plenty of trauma. Most of the people I know have died. Home was burned down. Missing parents. A lot of death everywhere. I think I'm pretty good.
Not quite what I meant.
Yeah,
Different.
speaking of trauma, question, are those roots going to get stuck in my head if we mess up?
Looking around at the acolytes, none of them have roots inside of them. A lot of them are like leaning against them or otherwise making physical contact, but it doesn't look like any of them are, parasitizing. They shouldn't.
Okay, good.
Before we go and do that, is there anything about my stone abilities that I should know? Anything you've uncovered? I don't know if you actually share this or if it's just some weird
the
thing that
people
happened.
that have wielded them and what they've done? Or specifically what you believe you'll acquire if it does in fact die and become one and choose you?
No, sorry. Distinction. Not those stone powers. Sits there and shifts skin back to normal and then back to stone.
No, that's more of a bloodline thing. It does mark that you have a claimant to leadership of this tribe, but I don't know if that's the path you want to go on.
I don't think that would probably be best for this tribe. This area is beautiful and all, but it's not quite my thing.
She'll just give a nod. The choice is yours if you wish to assist. I'm glad you found me.
Glad to have found you too. Well, that's beautiful. That's beautiful timing, Eric.
Don't worry.
Just that statement.
Don't worry. Didn't happen. Not really.
But if we can get Jack back to normal, would you like me to bring him here sometime?
Like a slight smile will go across her face. If you could.
Yes, we may be homeless at the moment. Don't know the status of Siegebreaker. May have been re-inhabited. Oh, what's with the giant plant monster in the basement?
Sounds like he activated a contingency.
Okay. Didn't know if that was always there, or a laid trap, or just something that kind of moved in.
She'll shrug.
Contingency? Just a name contingency, it almost ate us.
Well, time to go suffer some brain trauma, talking to an ancient one in a crystal pod thing.
Oh boy.
Yeah, not where I thought this day was going either.
We do so now or on a different day.
I mean, we have no reason to put it off.
Then we will see that you acquire the necessary provisions.
If anything, you said this isn't long, so the sooner the better.
It'll take a while.
I meant beast.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let us begin to awaken a few of our acolytes, and you'll have to eat a few specific things before heading in.
Raise my hand.
You
Yes?
can't eat vegetables anymore.
Well,
I can't eat plant matter.
you're going to be a problem.
You're not the first person to say that, and I doubt you'll be the last.
See what we can come up with. Give us some time. Return here in your robes.
Sanine's also
Whilst you are in there, should combat occur.
gonna raise her hand.
Go on.
Why do we have to wear the robes?
It helps the, magic do its thing.
Are they special robes?
Enough.
Hey, Sunita, remember what I said on the way here when sometimes the best explanation for magic is magic's weird? Magic's weird.
I didn't think it was a magical robe. It just feels like a robe.
Well, you see, magic involves a lot of ingredients, and things can also act as conduits. A lot of metal actually doesn't conduct magic well, which is part of the reason you don't generally see wizards and such in heavier armors or with as much metal on them, as without special properties it can actually kind of get in the way. But some plant fiber stuff like this, whatever this is, it may help conduce some kind of natural magic or something in the area. Or it could just be some magic or some plant that has an alchemical or magical affinity and helps it just kind of flow.
Okay.
Go over her. I just have weak fingers and can't use them in armor.
Once the ritual has begun, if there is any combat or other such thing that should occur, most of your natural items and abilities should still function as you remember them to. Essentially, so long as you know or believe something is real whilst you are in there, then it will behave as it is supposed to behave. Does that make sense?
So
Yeah.
if we hype ourselves,
Believe
if we
power
get
magic.
ourselves, if we get ourselves in the mindset that we're even better than we are normally, we'll be better in there.
Well, that'd be more complicated and difficult. Unless we give you one hell of a pep talk or placebo. But functionally, you can kind of treat it as dreams and things that are real. It's difficult to explain. I think you'll probably pick up on it quickly enough.
It's not too late to give us a pep talk.
And I'm not good at those.
All right, Sanina.
Those are the best
Don't
pep
die.
talks.
Gives 2 thumbs ups.
Yeah.
Sanina, think of Sanina. Think of all the things you stabbed. Every single thing you've stabbed, you're better than them, including York.
That's true.
Hey,
You're
I'm
just that
right
damn good.
here.
I'm his god.
You're
Of
his
course I'm
god.
better than him.
Exactly. So if he dies in there, use your godlike powers to just bring him back to life again.
He will not die because his god said no.
Hear that? Your god won't
Do I
let
have
you
a
die.
choice?
No.
No?
Sighs. Just looks at the priestess lady with like the misery, like, help me. Why? I don't think she needs a pep talk. They're great at delusions.
You asked for this when you came back to life.
I don't even think I had a choice in that.
You have to be
Or
willing
I'd
to
still
come.
be a bugbear.
Or
You have
no,
to be
you'd be
willing to
dead.
come back. You accepted it.
Your soul came back.
I know how Revivify works. also know other stuff. Your soul, you got to be willing to come back. So
If it
You were willing
isn't
to
the
come back.
consequences of my own actions.
So general statement, don't die in there. We'll get things set up for you. Takes a while to get people out of it though, so just give us some time. In the interim, we'll give you something that should maintain your food and water levels whilst you are in
Good
there.
berries?
Not quite. And we'll figure out something for our carnivorous friend.
Just occurred to me. What are health potions made out of?
Laughs maniacally in the background.
Your health potions are made of many things. Magic is weird. Accept it.
It'll heal you.
I haven't drank.
You will vomit.
I was gonna say I haven't had any since the thing, since the potion, other potion.
I love the idea that
Drink
also
one and find out.
the standard health potion is red.
No, why do you do no?
Blood.
It's
Drink
okay,
one and
Matt.
find out.
It's not artificial red. It's natural red.
Pop the cork, sniff it.
Smells like strawberries.
I feel like I remember
Cork
somewhere that
fine.
healing potions were supposed to be kind of minty.
Yeah?
They haven't been officially decided. And it's great because
They
everybody has a
are
different color.
beginning the process of waking people up.
I picture
While
the-
they're doing that, can I focus on my crystal and see if it could reach out because it's alive?
Focusing on it in here is basically guaranteed to bring the everything very bright. You don't know if you really want to be doing that while people are being woken up.
Touché. Hey, you mean I don't want to flashbang them, basically?
Flashbang them, cause a magic surge, fry their brains, murder people.
Heads up, Chuckle Cooks.
Get good, bitch. Before I fry your brain with magic, it sounds like.
I frame the
Okay, nope, I
flashbang.
won't do that. I won't do that.
Okay.
This seems
Man,
like
I
a
just
bad
remembered.
idea.
I just had an inconvenient memory of just Metal Gear Solid flashbangs when they would work through things that they shouldn't. Throwing a flashbang, running around a corner into a building, and then you get flashbang through the wall.
Can I like sip a potion without using it up just to test this out so York has that knowledge?
Yep. Get a little better. Grumble, grumble. Ugh.
Oh no. I might have to take them up on this offer to get rid of this. This plant thing was a lot more worse than I thought.
I mean, you can still
Yeah.
heal yourself and you can keep it down. It's just not great.
Your just most things are made of plant matter in some way or another.
I'm realizing this.
At least most things that are used in civilization. If not, they're generally some stone or metal. Which those are probably even worse for you to eat.
We'll see how it goes in there
Hmm.
before I decide.
Oh. Mother, I do have a question actually. I just thought of this.
Oh.
So I've been to a couple different planes at this point, and it appears that touching rocks from other planes seems to be able to have some sort of effect upon me if I unstone and then restone with an attunement to that of some kind of way.
The nature of our lineage is one such of adapting to the natural energies of the environment.
Do you think it would do anything if I tried to sync up with the crystal here?
Not really, because it's more of a living organism.
Okay. Then does that mean if I go to a negative plane, such as one of the abysses or the hells or any other such, that it would have a negative influence upon me and vice versa for a positive higher plane?
That seems possible. I haven't done it myself.
That is fair. After this, maybe we could just have a talk of family lineage and about this place over then.
We shall see.
Alright, family bonding time later. Crystal now, I guess.
By the way, Stonewall, if you ever actually try to absorb something of hell, I will personally hand carve a club to give to Sadine so she can dope slap you with it.
Hell yeah.
Look, if we're going to hell, I think I think we have other issues at hand.
Yeah, the prices are outrageous.
Also, it might just happen naturally. I'm not sure in that case. It might just kind of happen for me being in the area long enough. I'll have to take notes if I ever go there. I don't really plan on it, but you've seen where we've been already.
Yeah.
Okay. They get
I should probably try to do something with this before we go in, and I don't want to do it in here.
at this point in time, they've gotten the other acolytes out. 3 little chambers have been made available to you, and they are bringing some sort of potion of some order to Sinina and Jackson. Yorick, they're not telling what they're going to be doing with you.
I don't like this suddenly. I feel threatened.
You'll be okay. It's just a little gruesome, and I don't think you want to look at it.
Translates to you will not be okay.
It's a needle that's going straight into his gut that's half the size of his body.
You.
You don't look at the doctor closet right now.
Nope. If we're getting ready to go into it, I'm just trying to hold my stone.
Okay.
And wait for what's going to happen, and try to hope it comes with me.
Speaking of gut, gotta go again.
I think we'll probably set the scene, give you guys an overview of what it is you're heading into, and then that'll be session. We'll be ended now. We'll be ended quickly.
Yeah, I just was thinking about waiting for an opening to open that up, and I was just like, there's a lull. You guys are trying to find what to say. I'll toss it out there. I did expect the room to light up.
It's in the process of turning into one, so it's kind of like not exactly the best idea.
Yeah.
That said, your soul stone, itty bitty teeny tiny. Everything around you, quite large. Now you may wish to run the fuck away whenever this is over.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that too. It's like it wasn't always this small. Especially if we saw the other thing, then that's an embodiment of what it was. No, thank you.
Aspect, but I would say.
Touche.
Embodiment's more full, aspect is specifically a smaller part of.
That's why I said touche.
It feels sufficiently magical.
This place?
Sure.
I mean, it feels fairly magical. It might fry my brain or eat it with roots, but that implies magic, I think. It's okay, it'll be great. What could go wrong?
Cerebral death.
Mhm.
I mean, what's another cerebral death at this point?
I mean, you've made it out before. Don't know about your friends though.
Navigate around is just one of those things. Why isn't this bothering you? Oh, this is nothing. This is like half as bad as the other part.
Back.
Alright.
I love that they have me on 2 conflicting medicines.
Yeah. Probably not. Okay. So, potions imbibed for Sanina and Jackson, it tastes like dirt. But it's supposed to do good things.
We've eaten worse.
You guys head
That's
over to
true.
your alcoves and either lean against, sit down next to, or place a hand on if you want to sit there and stand for who knows how the fuck long. These are things, and someone comes over, begins a ritual, and then everything goes dark for everyone.
Stare in the darkness of Stonewall if you've killed me.
After an uncomfortable amount of time, almost like waking up elsewhere, you come to the scene is almost sepia toned. Like there's an overpowering like font, color, shade on everything.
Turn the saturation all the way up.
And you don't really recognize where you are. You can see this turtle thing, organic, and what appears to be a very, very large army of some kind at its feet.
Are they attacking you?
They're not attacking it, it seems to be part of their forces. Sometime later, you can make out a very large township that it goes to. A smaller river cutting off the west side of it. And off in the distance, you see what appears to be a volcanic eruption of some kind, but it's localized almost. Like it's not spreading like ash normally would. It seems directed as though an attack.
Ooh.
Flashing forward a bit more, you get a scene of battle. You can see dragons flying through the air, rending at each other and ground units. You can see the turtle thing itself stamping onto the ground, bringing up roots, trees, and giant boulders to attack, impale, and otherwise smash out the opposition that goes to attack it. But you're getting the feeling that this is almost normal, like it's not particularly exciting for it. Flashes forward more. You witness the edge of a large battlefield. It looks like various different things of each element that you can really think of are in place. And they are having it out when suddenly you all hear a boom. And you crack your heads upward to see something impact the ground. And this black, mucusy thing begin to spread and expand along the things that it impacts and touches, crawls to. After that, you get a sense of desperation as you can see now some of the more, like the things you were fighting, that it was fighting before, the volcano aspect itself. It's actually forming more of a defensive line against this encroaching threat. And you get the feeling that while they are holding it at bay, they are not set to win. And get one final whoosh as you find yourselves in a small chamber. You can see a bunch of the other druids around. They seem to be mainly focusing on maintaining concentration on a spell that it looks like they're all communally casting. Looking outside, you can see the large creature. It itself has begun to take on certain aspects of it have began to crystallize. Where once there was flesh or mountainous, stony, whatever the hell it is you want to call it. Now it's becoming this translucent crystal of a kind. You can feel an overwhelming sense of fear coming from it, and walking toward it, you can see, and away from it, you can see a battle happening. It looks like some people, maybe? Some statues, perhaps? Crystalline in nature? Are fighting back the goo things. They're winning, and almost everything it touches seems to crystallize.
Everything the goo thing touches?
Everything the crystal things touch.
Okay.
But it looks like the things that are loyal to the ancient are doing their best to keep the crystal things back as well. Something else has been created, something that seems hostile to all organic. And part of that seems to be what looks like a lesser aspect of a ancient one, totally crystallized, being used as either a mount or battle beast by a squad of completely crystalline soldiers. Looking around at each other now, you're still in your druidic robes, but because there is battle, the various armaments that you would normally have, like on your person or wearing, are visible about your persons. And Sanina is giving off a dull purple glow that stands out incredibly well against the backdrop, along with Yorick, who is emitting a light green. At this time, I must ask, what would you like to do?
The others. You ever feel like we're in over our head?
Well, looks like we're done with our history lesson. Arms up. Arms up. Guess we're killing anything that's not... We're killing crystals, we're killing slime, helping the ancients, we're doing something.
You charge forward into the battlefield to meet these crystalline enemies?
Jackson is, at least.
I would like to see if my crystal is answered.
Well, you just look at your hand whenever you're in this thing, and you can see its aura around you.
Like, just okay. So it's just wrapped around me. I mean, I want to try and communicate with it and see if it's willing to help. One of them still trying to stop it.
You're trying to communicate with it properly, but you really can't. It feels like it's as asleep as you are, and it's not fully here.
Okay.
Same for Sanita.
I have like a half thought of its conscious. Got it.
So for power-wise, you can probably activate it and do everything it's supposed to do, but you're not going to get, like, communicative thoughts.
Fair. Back over Sanine. I suppose we should catch up so he doesn't get killed. What do you think?
I think we're all gonna get killed.
Maybe. It's big. Over here, and can you watch it stand there and not help?
You want the real honest answer to that?
No, I think I know it, but we probably should still help.
Jackson's running
I
into a
guess
very
so.
serious fight.
Yep. About to follow.
You can see the crystalline thing. Go on.
I was gonna say, once within range of of some of the crystal enemies or the slime, whichever is first, try chromatic orb on them.
Yeah, well, this is a combat that's going to take place next session, and the next session will probably mainly be combat.
Okay.
But
That's
just
fair.
to give an overview of the enemies here, both of these sides are, all three sides basically are fighting each other anytime anything comes into contact with one another. You're getting an idea that the crystalline things are the main target, the thing that it's afraid of the most at the moment, of which you can see a few of them. Like, they're humanoid shapes, but because they're basically just a living rock, any features to like denote what's what they're just kind of not present.
Yeah, they're mannequins of crystal.
Some of which have these strange crystalline, almost wing-like structures that you can see a jet of energy coming from, keeping them aloft. But the aspect, which is probably going to be the scariest thing to have to deal with, it appears to be a spider shape, composed entirely of crystals and giving off a cyan glow.
I'm hearing you
Okay.
sonic damage.
So,
Large crystalline spider.
the next
Cyan,
session,
one of the lesser blues.
So next session is going to be you guys figuring out how you want to tackle this combat and hopefully not dying in your sleep. But we'll see. So that's it for this session.
I'm getting hurt with another ancient war that I had no part in.
Any
Why
closing
does this
statements?
keep happening to me? Yeah, why do I keep getting thrown in damage by ancient wars I had no part in?
Shit's happening and you're living the life of an adventurer. You're getting those goddamn stories. Otherwise your patron would have left you to die.
I know. That was the other part I was going to do. Thank you for next time.
It may be time to return to monkey or shrimp.
Alright. That session will continue next whenever we continue next.